Rise and grind, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get bumpy. Time to attack and dominate. This is Morning Juice with Brandon Beam and Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
And here we go on a Wednesday, attacking and dominating our way to 9 a.m. every single weekday morning right here on The Fan. Brandon Beam, the General Bobby Carpenter, he's out on the Buckeye Cruise. We got our man Michael Bennett with us. And, of course, our fearless leader and producer, Mark the Shark. Michael, happy Wednesday to you. It's a First Friday miracle for some, Coaster Bob Day for others. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you.
Good to see you. Good to be here. It's a blustery day out there, but it's actually pretty warm. It was nice when I stepped out of the house. I got to wear a lighter jacket instead of that big old bubble coat. Mm-hmm. Was it a puffer coat?
Yeah, your overcoat.
Yeah. Which I love that coat because it's super comfortable. But it's nice that it's like 60 degrees out there. Hoping it sticks around for a little while.
Yeah, for sure, man. It was beautiful out yesterday. No, it was a little windy, and then it got a little chilly late last night. But, I mean, it was drop dead gorgeous yesterday. I spent a lot of the afternoon outside. Mare got home from work. She took Willie to a park, and today's his big second birthday. So Dad was tasked with putting a little mini trampoline together yesterday as he got one of his birthday gifts at his birthday party this past weekend.
Are you going to try it out?
I did not try it out. I assembled it last night, yesterday afternoon. I wanted to try it out, but I figured, I was like, you know what? Since it's his birthday present, let's let him enjoy it.
Nah,
there's no need for me to do it. You
gotta take that old baby for a spin first. You gotta see if the ankles still have it.
You know what? I did take it personally though when it had the assembly instructions. Said it takes 2 strong adults to put this together, and I said we'll see about that.
And you're able to
there's
get it
only
done?
one strong adult, 1 weak adult here to do this.
So Mary could do it by herself.
Yeah, exactly. Because it came folded like the trampoline did.
Yeah.
It came folded down like on top of itself. So you had to pull it from end to end to extend it to get it to like snap into place. And I said, I don't need another person to do that. It was a tough one. It was
a nice little workout.
But we accomplished it. We got it done.
That's all it takes.
Yeah, it only took me like 20 minutes to put together too. So
That's not bad.
Yeah, it was nice.
When is he going to get a chance to try it?
He did have a chance to try it last night. He was more interested in our neighbor and Eric than he was the trampoline.
Of course.
Sat out there for 40 minutes. Hi, Eric. Hi, Eric. Hi, Eric. And Eric's like, dude, I hear you.
I got you. I already responded.
Yeah, so that's what we did yesterday. It was a pretty solid little day that we had. We got a great show lined up for you here this morning. Buckeye men's hoops game. It was good until the very last drop. We'll get into that coming up here in our next segment around 6:17 here this morning. A lot of Buckeye Cruise guests here throughout the program. A lot of Buckeyes as well. 6:30 this morning. Tegra Tshabola, offensive lineman for the Buckeyes. He was joined Bob on the Buckeye Cruise. He's going to come up at 6:30 here this morning. Get into some NFL news. New highest paid running back in the NFL. We'll do that at 7:17. Bobby also caught up with half of the brothers Styles on the Buckeye Cruise, Lorenzo Styles. He's going to join the program coming up here at 7:30. And then we're going to get to listen to the big fella, defensive lineman Kenyatta Jackson, top of the 8 o'clock hour. That's a little bit shorter, so we'll do that in the 8 o'clock re-rack. And then at the very end of the program, as we get to do every single Wednesday, a different Columbus Blue Jacket. He joins us. James Van Riemsdyk. He joins the program coming up here around 8:46, 8:47-ish. A little bit later on. Tough night for the Jackets down in Tampa Bay, but you move on. You got Florida coming up here tomorrow. Before we hop into anything else, it is Wednesday. It's the 5th day of March, 2025. Time for Today in History.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Mark the Shark.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
Hey, Dr. Shark. Happy Wednesday to you.
Well, hello, Professor Beam. Good to see you, boys. Today, it is March the 5th, and it was a cold, snowy night on March 5th, 1770. But a mob of American colonists gathered at the Customs House in Boston and began taunting the British soldiers who were guarding the building. The protesters were angry that British troops had occupied their city. The Bloody Brits were sent to Boston 2 years earlier to enforce taxes passed by Parliament.
Boo!
When British troops pulled out their bayonets, the colonists responded by throwing snowballs at the Brits. Soldiers began firing, and when the smoke cleared, 5 colonists were dead, 3 more injured. Today we call that the Boston Massacre.
Yeah, started a revolution.
Yes, it did, Beam. 1853, you mentioned pianos, you have to say Steinway. Steinway & Sons Piano Company, founded on this date in 1853. Rutherford B. Hayes, from right up the road here in Delaware, was inaugurated as our 19th president on this date in 1877. In 1929, David Dunbar Buick passed away at the age of 74. 21 years earlier, he founded
Chevrolet.
the Buick Motor Company.
It was a good guess.
I tried.
1953, Joseph Stalin, leader of the Soviet Union,
Your guy.
died at the age of 74. He had led the commies for 29 years. 1963, the hula hoop was patented. It had first been marketed by Whammo in 1958 and became a huge fad, a hip swiveling toy.
Ooh.
25 million hula hoops were sold in the first 4 months of production.
You a big hula hoop guy, Mike?
No, I think I could make a hula hoop work, but I think it would take some effort. I'd be out of breath.
Shark?
No, can't do it.
He said I won't do it.
I don't have good hips. I can't dance either.
I could never do it either.
1960, Elvis Presley ends his 2-year hitch in the U.S. Army.
I bet that guy could hula hoop.
Oh, yeah. That pelvis, are you kidding
Yeah.
me?
Rockin' pelvis.
1963, the Beatles released the record From Me to You.
If there's anything I can do, just call on me and I'll send it along with love from me to you.
What album was that, Shark?
I have no idea. First one.
You know what they say? That was bigger than the first book
That's what they say.
of the New Testament.
Yeah.
1963, the Beatles, they weren't even
Bigger than Jesus.
famous here.
Yeah.
Over there they were. 1966, Staff Sergeant Barry Sadler hit #1 on the charts with the Ballad of the Green Berets. I guarantee you guys have never heard this song.
Men who mean just what they say, the brave men
Of the Green Berets.
Never heard it.
I know. I knew you wouldn't. And
Does your mom and I bet your mom and dad have heard that.
I'd have to ask them, but they didn't sing it at home or anything.
1969, gold reaches a then record $47 per ounce. Today it's $2,500.
It'd been nice to keep
An
that
ounce.
back in the day.
1971, Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven was first played live by Led Zeppelin in Belfast, Northern Ireland. I listened to it yesterday. Somebody in the crowd had recorded it, and it wasn't good quality, so I couldn't play it, but I'll play this.
Some argue that's the greatest song of all time.
Yeah, it's got to be up there, that's for sure. 1973, New York Yankees pitchers Fritz Peterson and Mike Kekich announced that they had swapped wives. Not only wives, they swapped families.
Oh, it's like trading spouses.
Things went a little,
Like on purpose?
yeah.
They just agreed, like, hey, man.
Wasn't there a nasty ending to that, though?
There was. They couldn't keep both of them because things kind of soured. So Fritz Peterson was traded to the Indians, and he ended up married to that woman with kids for a long time. Maybe they're still married. Mike Kekich ended up getting a divorce pretty quickly after that. But yeah, there was a couple of couples who became good friends and fell in love
And they
with the
were
other
just
spouses.
A couple of couples after that.
That was
unique.
a bizarre story.
It's unique.
That is
Especially for a little kid like me. That was, let me see, I was 13 years old, 12 years old at the time. 1985, New York Islander Mike Bossy becomes the first NHL player to score 50 goals in 8 straight seasons. 2006, one of the great shows in TV history. You know, I always say Survivor's the greatest show in television history. This is certainly top 5. Planet Earth, narrated by David Attenborough.
You know, I love this show.
Do you have
That
the
is
box
my
DVD
guy.
sets?
I don't.
You got to get them.
I should.
It premiered 19 years ago today on the old BBC.
The abundance of krill attracts other visitors to the peninsula in the summer. Antarctic minke whales. Their pointed heads and short dorsal fins give them speed and endurance. And they need both. There are other whales here, too. Killers. This is an extended family of mothers and their young. And the male with a huge dorsal fin, almost 2 meters high.
His voice.
It's the best.
And I'll tell you what, he is way up there.
He's like 98.
I was going to
Isn't he?
say, he's very, very old. I can remember him in movies in the 1950s.
He's 98 years old. He'll be 99 in a couple of months.
My goodness.
Man, that is a great show. If you've never watched Planet Earth and all the offsprings that have come
Frozen
from that.
Planet, Planet Earth 2. I think I've seen every episode of a David Attenborough narrated wildlife documentary.
Well, and when you watch one, you usually get like 4 or 5 in a row. It's like a marathon.
The best scene in I think it was Frozen Planet, maybe. They're going over some penguins. And
They're always going over penguins.
yeah, they love penguins on the show. And these penguins are building like their nests. And there was one, a lot of the penguins work hard. Other penguins are smart and just steal the rocks from other penguins. And this penguin finds out another penguin stealing rocks and just straight up beats it up. Like it's the best scene of the entire show.
Just people.
Yeah.
It's just amazing the footage their cameramen
it's remarkable.
get on that series. 2019, Bugatti announced the most expensive new car ever made, the La Voiture Noire.
Nailed it.
Price tag, nearly $19 million.
$19 million.
Only one.
What a
was ever
bargain.
made.
What is it? Water to land to air?
I don't know.
What is it called, Shark? The Bugatti what?
La Voiture
Noire.
Voiture Noire. Noire.
That looks nice.
Yeah?
I don't know if it makes $19 million nice, but
Bugattis already were 3.5 or something. And they look nice.
yeah, what happens when you wake up in a new one?
On that same day, in 2019, Forbes announced that Kylie Jenner is the world's youngest ever billionaire.
Good for her.
Birthdays today: Earl Woods, Tiger's daddy, born in 1932, died in 2006. Singer Murray Head is 79, had a big hit with this song back in the 80s.
One night in Bangkok, the world's chartbuster. The bars are temples, but their pulse ain't free.
That's Mike's future theme song, One Night in Bangkok.
Yeah.
10
Big
nights
hit.
in Bangkok.
Eddie Grant, 77 today. He also had a big hit in the 80s with this song.
Oh no, we're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Oh, we're gonna rock.
First thing that pops in my mind when I hear that song, Pineapple Express. With Frank and Rogan.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Hall of Fame receiver Michael Irvin won 3 Super Bowls with the Cowboys in the 90s. He is 58 today. Actress Eva Mendes is 51. And former Ohio State quarterback Justin Fields is 26.
Sermon in the backfield. 2 wide in each direction for Ohio State. Snap to Fields. Fields keeps it, looks to throw. Now takes off running. 15 of Nebraska going wide to the left of the 10. Fields to the 5. Fields spins and gets to the end zone as he's turned away from defenders closing on him. And Justin Fields, a 17-yard touchdown run, his first rushing TD of the year, and it's 30-14 Ohio State.
Paul Keel's talking about one of my favorite Buckeyes on the Ohio State IMG Sports Network beam. That is what I have for you on this 5th day of March.
Big happy birthday to Willie, too. Turning 2 today.
Darn
Big
it.
day.
I,
Come on,
I
Sharky.
even wrote that down and forgot to mention it. Son of a gun.
Good job on that. I'll have to deduct you a letter point for that, Shark, but it's all right. The Buckeye men's hoop game, it was good until the last drop. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. We've got a crash on 270 southbound just north of Alum Creek Drive. Some lanes closed as crews work to clear that up. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Enjoy rates as low as 9.90% APR with a Visa Platinum credit card from BMI FCU. The perfect low-rate card for your wallet. Apply today at bmifcu.org/visa.
Men, this is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And though I generally talk about medicine and effective treatments for erectile dysfunction and other men's sexual health issues, today I want to talk about love. Because love is the best reason to get treated for your ED. You see, ED can cause major relationship issues. In fact, men often push their partners away when ED becomes a problem. The condition can cause depression, arguments, breakups, and even contribute to divorce. But the good news is that if you're like most men suffering with ED, you can be successfully treated at Tri-State Men's Health and put a stop to the relationship stresses that ED can cause. I say this with all confidence because we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. Truly, it's likely you'll find you're performing like you haven't in years. So make an appointment and get the love back in your life. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the tri-state area to serve you.
Home values in Columbus are sky high, and you have a ton of equity. Your financial advisor thinks the market has peaked. So if you're thinking about selling, it's time. Except for 2 things. High interest rates will burn you on a new home loan, and you're not ready to move. Savvy financial advisors suggest Truehold's new Sell and Stay program. It's ingenious because they buy your home now while its value is high, but you can stay in your home as long as you want with an easy, affordable lease. Smart, right? Truehold will make you a solid cash offer, not a lowball offer like the others. It's based on your home's current value. The cash is yours to travel, pay off bills, or secure your retirement. And again, you can stay in your home with a comfortable lease. Truehold covers property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. See how much Truehold will pay for your home today. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out your home's value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
Right now at Verizon, you can get one line for less than you think. Just $50 per month when you bring your phone, which is less than you spend on Bella's Dog Walker and Glam Squad every week. Get one line on unlimited welcome for $50 per month with autopay plus taxes and fees. Visit your local Columbus Verizon store today. $15 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Make this your year. Looking for a new career in the high-demand fields of IT, cybersecurity, and AI? Attend classes live, online, or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
All of our local shows have been ranked in the top 10 in the country by our industry peers, except for Timmy Hall and the Buckeye Show. I was going to make a joke about it, but it's more sad than anything. Poor Timmy, the fan.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is, fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Right now we're near 60 degrees. By this evening we're dropping down to around 40 degrees. We are looking at on and off rain showers today and then a transition to snow showers by sundown. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecasts on 97.1 The Fan.
Prime Sports is the official sports book of Morning Juice.
Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
The Fan. A radio show hosted by 2 former football players, one slightly more successful than the other. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Hey, last week I told you I'd be down 50 pounds. Not only did I hit that, I blew past it now down 53 pounds thanks to Awaken 180 weight loss, 4.5 pounds last week alone, and I'm barely 3 months into the program. Let's check. It's March 5th. I started it, I think, on December 2nd or December 3rd. Some plans have you drop 4 or 5 pounds in week number 1, but still to be losing like that 12 weeks in, I mean, that's pretty wild. And you know what? Honestly, hasn't been that difficult. No workouts, no skipping out on life, no injections. Lost 53 pounds just by eating to lose weight with Awaken 180. That's it. I listen to my coach, Natalie. She makes a few adjustments here and there, and I keep watching the number on my scale drop every week. Maybe you're rocking a 55 pant and you want to see a 48 again. Maybe you're rocking a 44 and want to see a 38 or a 36 again. Maybe you're swimming in triple XLs, thinking about life in an XL. Trust me, you can do it. If I can do it, trust me, you can definitely do it. Awaken 180 is simple. The coaches are awesome, and there's really not a whole lot of work involved. Make the call, 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800, or online at awaken180weightloss.com. It was a long night for sports fans here in Central Ohio. I didn't think we would really have that much of a crossover between the start of the crew kick and the Buckeye men's basketball game. Oh boy, was that a little bit different. Luckily, you didn't really have to watch much of the crew game because they got smoked 3-0. Now, good news is that it's a 2-leg affair, so you do have an opportunity to come back next week and either tie the series 3-3, or if you win 4-0, then you move on to the next round. But the Buckeye men's basketball game was a bit of a different story. Up 11 in the first half, Mike. Nebraska claws back, gets it close into halftime. Ohio State then climbs back up to an 11-point lead in the second half. Nebraska claws it back. They get it tied. It's you go into overtime, you're tied, all right? Feeling all right about that situation. This team has blown some leads in the past. They've also come from behind in the past. So it's really, and you and I have talked about this on the show before, you kind of don't know what you're going to get night in, night out with them. I will say that the fight last night looked pretty incredible. Not only do you go to 1 overtimes, Nebraska actually had a really good shot to win it in the first overtime, kind of a running floater that was missed. You go into a second overtime, you kind of pull away there. 116-114. Shark, you said it was the most points scored ever by a team in that building, correct?
In that arena, yep.
Yeah, in Valley City Arena. And the craziest part was you had to fend off the best single performance in the Big Ten this season.
Juwan Gary?
No, Bryce Williams for Nebraska dropped 43 points on your forehead last night.
My goodness, 43 in a college game.
43. Took 29 shots. He played 49 minutes in the game. There was only 50 total minutes in there, and he had 43 points. So you staved off a hot hand, and the main reason you did it, bench was short on production last night. Like, it was your starters. All 5 of your starters were in double digits, and 4 of your 5 starters had 20 points.
Yeah, almost. And then you had Bruce Thornton approaching 30. So you know what? If you're going to win, I know those those individual amazing performances are what we love to see, and they get the headlines. But this sounds like a gritty team. This is a gritty team who's, as a team, scoring and getting the dub.
It was senior night too, so I mean there was a lot going through their heads.
Yeah, that's what you kind of want to see out of your squad. So good for them. I'm glad they were able to come away with a win. We were talking about it yesterday how important it was because since they're on the bubble, so they got one of them, Brandon. They got one.
Yeah, and they battled back in the first overtime as well, like after trailing. So they were up in the first half, up in the second half, down in the first overtime. Great second overtime, and then they kind of pulled away at the end. But yeah, I mean, a win's a win, especially at this point in the season. You needed to have it. You got it. We talked about how Nebraska, Indiana, and Ohio State were all on the bubble, and you get to face those two teams at the very end of the season. Here was Deebs after the game, just talking about now shifting the attention from last night at Value City Arena in Columbus to Assembly Hall on Saturday.
It's obviously a really tough environment to play in, but we've shown we can handle it. Listen, with how difficult this league is, the quality of opponent night in and night out, I just find it really hard to believe that everybody's season is on the line every single game when you have so many opportunities even going into the Big Ten tournament. That's not to diminish how important the game is. I haven't shied away from that for what feels like been going on for a while. But again, I just want our guys to live in the moment, prepare well, put our best foot forward like we have, And that's the most important thing, because by doing that, you position yourself to get the result you want. And so that's got to be our focus.
What was his thoughts, too? Because both teams had an opportunity to win it at the line. Both teams did not win it at the line. I mean, I know Ohio State made 6 down the stretch to ultimately kind of put the game in hand, but there were plenty of opportunities to make your free throws down the line. Here was Deebs on the 51 fouls called in the game.
I thought it was a well-officiated game. I mean, listen, it's a tall task for what the officials in this league have to do, and there's so many good players and good defenders, and the biggest thing you want as a coach is consistency, so you can adjust to how the game's being called. And I thought this game was called pretty consistent. I'm sure they're not perfect, just like we're not perfect, but there were moments where we bailed them out with kind of swiping down and some undisciplined technique. But I also thought there were some times where we had great technique and maybe got a little unlucky. So all in all, I thought this was a physical Big Ten game that was, both teams got to the free throw line. Obviously the fouling, at the end impacted things, but both teams were aggressive to the paint, and it's kind of part of it. It's a tall task for those guys. There's no question.
Yeah, I understand that, and I'm also in line with Jake Diebler. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes you just don't know what you're going to get with college basketball officiating. Yeah. I mean, you can watch. I mean, even if you're watching 8 games a night, Mike, like with everything that's going on in the close of the season, I mean, each and every game will be reffed differently, sometimes from half to half, sometimes from media timeout to media timeout. Like, there's really is no consistency right now in reffing, depending on which conference you play in. It's crazy.
I don't want to get on my soapbox, but
get on it.
Refereeing killed basketball for me. Like, I grew up a huge basketball fan, watched it all the time. Those were my sports heroes or whatever the guys that you want to be. And then as you get older, they would take the fun out of a game. It's
a ref show.
It's a ref show. It's, buy the ref's jersey. Let's have an interview with the ref afterwards. Everyone wants to hear from the ref. The ref wants their name in lights. Whatever it is, it would make me so mad. That was from the NBA to college. All of it was the refs would just take over a game. You could see these guys, these teams battling it out, giving everything they could. And then here comes the ref to make it about them. So I know that that wasn't the case last night. And we're always thankful when, as a fan, we're always thankful when the refs don't insert themselves into the game. And sometimes they get a bad rap because when you're playing, it's so easy to complain to the ref. If something didn't go your way, they have to discern when it's a call that's worth giving, or else they're just blowing the whistle all night. But at the same time, it takes a good ref to understand when was that a game-changing call that I have to make, and when was that just a knock-knock, a bang-bang play that we can kind of let slide, but we have to be consistent throughout the game. So shout out to the refs for doing their freaking job yesterday.
Mr. Invincible Bruce Thornton last night, 48 points, 12 of 20 from the field, hit both of his free throws. The fact he only went to the line twice is pretty crazy. Ended up with 29 points and 9 assists. Here was Deebs on Bruce's effort.
When I evaluate Bruce's leadership, and make no mistake, he's always a good leader, but when he becomes a great leader is when he's using his voice throughout the course of the game, and he did it tonight. He did it in timeouts. He did it in between plays. He was holding guys accountable at times. And there was a passion to it, which obviously I love. So I thought his leadership tonight was great. I thought it was great last game. Baseline for him is always going to be leading by example, and he does it so well, right? But when he's using his voice like he has, it does help will us to be successful. And it's something that he's grown in. And I'm really proud of him for that, because he and I have had a lot of conversations about that, and he's embraced it, and he can do it. He can do it and play at a really high level. It's what makes special players special.
I love him. I love Bruce Thornton. That's my guy.
It's your favorite player in the team?
His attitude, he's an effort guy. He's everything that you want out of a point guard, and as really a young man to represent this university. He's tremendous.
It's incredible that we have him then.
And then the fact that if he goes 0 for 3 with the NCAA tournament, I'm going to be so disappointed, not only for the Buckeye basketball team and Deebs and everybody. I will be disappointed for Bruce if they can't make that happen. But hey, stage number 1 for them is done. Now you turn your attention to Assembly Hall on Saturday to take on the Hoosiers. So you know what's in store for you. You got to go into a volatile building and be able to put up a win. But hopefully last night's double overtime crazy victory will end up catapulting them to that. Bobby was able to get a hold of Ohio State offensive lineman Tegra Tshabola. That's coming up in 2 minutes. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan Traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Wednesday. Right now, we're still watching crews clear up one crash on the southeast side. This is on 270 southbound, just north of Alum Creek Drive. Expect some lane closures over there. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Spring is finally here, and so are spring projects. So get them started at Harbor Freight's parking lot sale. This weekend, save on products like pressure washers for $69.99, 42-inch roller cabinets for under $500, plus 30% off Hercules corded power tools. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight. Valid until 3/9/25 while supplies last. Limitations apply, so spring in before it's over.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, huh?
My brother was saying he got life insurance from Ethos. With Ethos, it only took 10 minutes, and he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for mouth-watering meals and appetizing ingredients. Our low prices add up to big savings, plus over $600 in digital coupons each week, and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you always get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
We've lowered prices. You can save 15% or more on hundreds of items like Thomas Mini Bagels, Campbell's SpaghettiOs, and more. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Fast, sustainable weight loss without medication. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Heading to work? Keep listening to the guys at the office.
Stream the show at 971thefan.com or download the Fan app.
This is Morning Juice.
Bobby will be back from the Buckeye Cruise tomorrow. Had an opportunity to check in with a lot of different Buckeyes. Here's your schedule today. Coming up momentarily, Tegra Tshabola. He's going to join us with Bob from the Buckeye Cruise. 1 hour away from right now, half of the brother Styles, Lorenzo Styles. You're going to get a chance to listen to him coming up here at 7:30. And then at the tail end of the 8 o'clock re-rack, we're going to get an opportunity to listen to Kenyatta Jackson. So that's what we got coming up here a little bit later on. But the boys, Bob was able to catch up with Tegra. Take it away, fellas.
All right, here with Tegra Tshabola, Ohio State offensive lineman. And, Tegra, you've been here now a number of years at Ohio State. You are a Cincinnati guy. Talk a little bit about your journey here over the last couple of years.
Well, my journey here over the last couple of years, it's like Carson said, it's been very humbling. And the fact that every time a freshman comes in, they have this plan mapped out of how things are supposed to go and how things are going to go, but you don't really know until you know. And when I got here, I knew what it took. And I knew that I had to make a lot of adjustments, and I was able to do that over the course of the next couple of years. I was able to learn from a lot of guys that came before me. I had one of the best, examples. There's no other place like Ohio State to learn from. I had Paris Johnson, I had DeJuan Jones, Luke Whippler, Matt Jones, Josh Fryer, Donovan Jackson. I had so many examples to learn from, and I think over the course of the years, I was able to take one piece from each one of them and build myself to the point where I am now.
So it's amazing you bring that up and just how tough it is. And everybody talks about, hey, this guy's a 4-star, 5-star. He's coming in. He's going to be able to play. And I always tell folks, the offensive line is really the hardest position to play early. There's so much development that needs to happen. And, when you came in here, everybody wants to play right away, and they recruit guys like, hey, you're gonna you can play early if you can play. What was that transition like coming in from day one, learning, and what did you need to work on, and kind of where you got now?
Well, college football, it's very different. It's pushing another grown man against his will, knocking him back to a place where he doesn't want to be. And when I came here, that was the first thing I learned right away. And the second thing I learned, which came from Paris, was that you have to have the killer mindset to play offensive line here. You got to step on the field and act like you can take anybody out. Just get out there and just go shoot your shot, no matter who it is. out there in front of you, and that was something that I had to learn, and that was something that I had to learn to be more consistent with.
So, one of the things people look at, and for those with, maybe the untrained eye, zone scheme versus gap scheme. And one of the things that kind of changed as people saw through the last couple games, and I saw a lot more gap scheme runs, double teams, pullers, and you see it Tennessee, you saw it in Oregon, you saw it in Texas, you saw it against Notre Dame. Talk a little bit about the difference of, the zone scheme maybe versus this gap scheme and how that benefited, an offensive line. The guys, frankly, you played 10 different players on the offensive line this year, and how that may have helped.
Yeah, whenever we're able to get into our gaps and our like zone plays, we call those like body shots. Those are body shots that we're just hitting the defense with, and they might not seem like they're doing something right now, but the more you land those and the more you're able to, pull across and hit that defensive end. Yes, it hurts you, but when you look back at that DN and you see him like shaking the shoulder a little bit, that's that positive feeling, and that's how you know that like you're starting to wear down a defense. And just to be able to do that in these last 4 games, that was awesome. To really slowly beat down a team and see them wear and tear. Because, it came from a part of, like, so much love for each other that I was willing to run 1,000 counters if I had to, run it straight into defensive end, just as long as I can see Trey or Quinshawn make that cut right behind me and get 5 yards if it was that much.
So looking at that, Michigan game, not the best game for the offensive line. Tennessee, unbelievable, and you had some phenomenal blocks. Now you talk about pulling around, doubling down. There's some number of times where, I think on Trey's touchdown, you had a hell of a block. Like how, when you see that, how juiced up did that get everybody?
It's almost gets you to a point of like emotion where like tears are running down your face. Like so much work that nobody sees goes into these plays, and like when you finally see these plays crack and you pull across and you make that block and you see these plays break, like it almost brings tears in your eyes. And a couple times in the game it did bring tears to my eyes because I see so much work, so much sacrifice pouring out on the field, and then all of that, like that's the biggest like payback for all that work, which is watching Trey run that ball.
So first time on the Buckeye Cruise, it's great. This is the 3rd year we've had current players on, and then first year at Tommy, Cade, Steele, Emeka. Last year they were able to have another 8 guys. Jack and JT and everyone. You're an Ohio guy. You're from Cincinnati. Did you have any idea, it's first night, seeing everything that happened, that Buckeye Nation was all of this?
Oh no! This is truly what Buckeye Nation is about, and I feel like this isn't talked about enough. And like the people on this boat are some of the nicest, friendliest people I've ever met. They have the biggest hearts. They have giving hearts, and you don't find that a lot in the world. And you find that all over the place when you look here at Buckeye Nation.
So talk a little bit, lastly, before we get you out of here. Off-season program got started a little later this year. Obviously, it's had a longer season. Coach Marotti, I call him Body by Marotti. We're getting after it. Give me a little dose, a little snippet of what we're looking at here over the next couple weeks before we get into spring ball.
Man, we're grinding. We're getting tough. We're getting all the young guys tough. We're getting all the new guys coming in tough. We're breaking everybody down and building back up.
Appreciate it, Tegra. Thank you so much, sir.
Absolutely.
There they go, Tegra Tshabola, Bob Carpenter with the Buckeye Cruise for Cancer. Great stuff out of him. I did see your ears perk up when Tegra said it's your job and your ability to really take another man's will from him. You love that.
It's funny, we talk about it sometimes, and you say that kind of stuff just in like casual conversation outside of football.
Gen Pop.
Yeah, in Gen Pop. That's a weird thing to say. I'll admit that, you're a little removed from football. Some of the terminology starts coming across. You're like, oh, okay, now this is why people would look at us weird. But that's the mentality you have to have, especially in the trenches of the O-line and D-line, it is genuinely, it is you versus the man across from you. And you got 60 minutes of a matchup where this guy's trying to embarrass you and make sure that you don't do your job, and vice versa. You're trying to do the same. You have to, it's a battle of wills. You're both going to be tired. You're both going to get hurt at some point in the game. You're both going to get exposed on national television. So you have to break their will so that they don't want to go out there and put their hand in the dirt and line up across from you. I won't say that's the only way to win, but like if you don't have that mentality, your will is the one that's going to get broken. People see it, and when they see athletes, it's always like you see the physical battle. You see the guys going up against each other. And I think, honestly, this is across sports. Some sports are nicer than other sports, but in football, you don't have the liberty to be nice. Like, if you're nice, if you want to just take it easy, that guy's coming for you. You got some real crazies out there. And so it's a battle of wills, and I'm glad to see Tegra starting to, I won't say starting to, but I'm glad to see him embracing it.
Yeah.
Because he's a guy who struggled early last year, and I think you saw a lot of growth throughout the year. But, man, O-line is a tough position to be playing early. Like, I think about my senior year, and a lot of those guys were older guys. It took them a while to get into the point where they could really be established and understand how to operate on the O-line. O-line's another one where just strength, just raw strength matters a lot. And so every year these O-linemen are getting stronger and stronger throughout their college careers. And so I'm hoping Tegra has a great season next season, because I see him put in the work, and I see him making the growth.
Yeah, not many times are there like true freshmen walking in and just starting at tackle at Ohio State. It doesn't happen often.
I think about Taylor Decker a lot. He came in and he was a big guy. He had a good frame, but he was a little doughy. He's 18 years old, and at 18 years old, when you're a big guy, a lot of those O-linemen, a lot of them have a lot of excess fat. They haven't put on. They're coming into college at 300 pounds. Do you think it's a bodybuilder's 300 pounds or a fat kid's 300 pounds? And so it takes time to transition that into. Now you see what Taylor Decker has become, what he became during his time at Ohio State. So to see that growth, and a lot of that change was the mentality that he brought to it, because he was a Vandalia Butler kid. He came in, he wanted to be great, but he didn't know what it took, and he had great seniors and great upperclassmen above him to show him the path. And I'm hoping Tegra has the same. It sounds like he does.
You shouldn't be able to do these things that this dude's doing at 40 years old. We'll do that in Quick Hitters next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
A very busy Wednesday morning out on your roadways. We're watching a crash on 161 eastbound just past 62. Heading out to the Newark, Granville area. Expect some delays over there. The right shoulder also blocked off on the west side on I-70 westbound just past Hilliard Rome Road. And we are still watching a crash on the southeast side, 270 southbound, just past that 33-270 split. We've got crews clearing up an issue. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Hey, it's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, people are officially going crazy over our sleek, black framed windows. They change the entire look of a home.
Leslie, nobody believes that just black frames can change the look of a home.
It's like when Superman put on his black framed glasses and became Clark Kent.
Wait a second. Clark Kent is Superman? Are you messing with me right now?
Get the window that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
At NJM Insurance, we like to think of ourselves as a symphony. We start with a foundation of doing the right thing. Then we layer in dedicated reps whose priority is you. Add in excellent discount programs. And last, but certainly not least, we put our policyholders first. And the reason we don't use jingles or mascots is because it's just not us. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM. Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
For 100 years, our passionate Atlas Butler has been helping people. From those who have relied on us for years to those who call us for the first time. For our team, their families, and our community, Atlas Butler is here to keep Central Ohio safe and comfortable with trusted, convenient service. Call today, get it fixed today. That's our pledge to you.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Guys, let's talk about something real. Ever had a bad experience in the bedroom that totally threw you off? It messes with your head, your confidence, and suddenly it's all you can think about. Next thing you know, you're avoiding trying altogether because the fear of failure is just too much. That's where Columbus Men's Clinic comes in. For over a decade, their medical providers have been helping men overcome ED and providing hope even when the pills and other treatments have failed. Their proven personalized treatments have some of the highest success rates out there, with results that bring back your confidence and connection. It's important to get your ED treated now so that it doesn't get harder to treat down the road. Columbus Men's Clinic has treatments that online pharmacies only dream about. Tonight is your night for intimacy and connection. Call Columbus Men's Clinic today at 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. Your consultation is discreet and could be the start of something incredible. 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. And let's make tonight unforgettable. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
When you're on the go, every minute of the day counts. Meijer Home Delivery and Pickup helps you make the most of every second. Get all your weekly shopping online, quickly and easily, from wherever you are, whenever you want. Then have your Meijer order delivered to your home, or swing by and pick it up when you're out and about. Whatever works best for your schedule. The good life is in reach with Meijer Home Delivery and Pickup.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh no! Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think you could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text KING to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text KING to 42424. That's KING to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
If you're like most Americans, you've racked up tens of thousands in credit card debt. You're stuck with 20% interest fees, and even the monthly payments, well, they're hard to make. It's insane. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. The good news is that there is a way out. AFLcash.com. That's AFLcash.com. Advantage First Lending. They specialize in fast, easy access to the equity in your home. Most homeowners have hundreds of thousands of dollars in their home equity. That's your money. AFLcash.com can get it out for you with zero junk fees and zero hassle. You can pay off all those credit cards in just a matter of days. Pay off your car loans too. Cut your monthly expenses by $800 or even $900. I'm telling you, the relief you need, well, it's right there at your fingertips. AFLcash.com or call 844-394-CASH. That's 844-394-CASH. Break out of the credit card debt prison with AFLcash.com.
Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1209177. Subject to lender approval. NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Keep on swiping that card, baby. Keep on swiping that card. Charge it to winning. This is Morning Juice.
Hey, coming up a couple of hours away from right now, very last segment of our program around 8:47 this morning. Columbus Blue Jacket James Van Riemsdyk, he's going to join the program as we to check in with a different Blue Jacket every single Wednesday.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com. Use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
Happy Wednesday to you, Sharksy.
Yes, it is a happy Wednesday. We are a mere 42 minutes away from Coaster Bob time. Except for you, Beam. This is Friday for you.
Yep.
I'm so excited for you. I hope you're feeling better for that, what is it, like 7-hour drive tomorrow?
Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. I mean, we're leaving from Circleville, so lop another hour off of it.
Do you have a road playlist yet?
I'm not in charge of anything. I'm not in charge of driving. I'm not in charge of the music. I'm just going to be a passenger princess the entire time.
That sounds nice.
I asked to stop to go to the bathroom for like 5 times, take a nap.
Do you trust the driver with the... Oh, no. Are you riding shotgun?
I don't know. Probably not. Okay. Right in the back, there's 4 of us going down together.
That makes me nervous. A 7-hour drive, Shark. Nobody has a playlist ready to go. What are they going to do? Just talk to each other?
Ugh, God, that sounds
Get to know each other? Bond?
Sounds really awful.
No, I don't like it.
Hey, whatever the driver's rule is, whatever they want to listen to, that's your road trip. You know, it's not the 3 of us who's going to be in the passenger seat or in the back seat. those whatever the driver wants to listen to, the driver gets to listen to.
No, you should really take over. You should tell the driver. Give them advice as they drive, too.
Trip. The driver gets they get air conditioning or heat, like whatever temperature that they want, and radio.
No, I thought it was the person riding shotgun is responsible for the music. They have the aux cord.
The driver.
No, well, the driver's got to drive.
I know, but he gets to pick the music.
No, the passenger picks the music, and that's why it's such a big deal is because they have to pick the perfect music that everyone in the car can vibe to.
We're going to be listening to
Biggest
Morning
responsibility.
Juice.
There you go.
Tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
All right. LeBron James is famously the NBA's all-time leading scorer with nearly 42,000 career points, but you may not know that James reached another milestone last night in the Lakers' win over the Pelicans. He finished with 34 points, pushing him past the 50,000-point plateau when you combine regular season and postseason, and he's still going strong at the age of 40. Mike, I hate to say never, but I'm going to predict that his points records will never be broken.
Yeah, unless they start changing the rules and making it a lot easier. That's the only way somebody could touch his points record. And Shark, I told you on Monday, there's no idol worshiping in my house, but he's as close as it gets. Like, I was talking to Beam last night, and it's just 20 years, as dominant as he's been. I want to see a Netflix, it's not even a documentary. I want them to make a 20-episode show of just hour-long episodes of just his highlights. I don't need commentary. I don't need context. Each season, I guarantee he has an hour of highlights. That dude is amazing. 50,000 points at 40 years old, still dominant in the league. It's unheard of.
I don't know if you could just lop it down to an hour per season.
Honestly, it's just highlights. Like, it's the guy's outrageous.
You're not talking like points scored either. Like, you're talking like blocks, rebounds,
all of it. The chase down blocks, the dunks, the threes.
Scoring isn't even the best thing he does.
It's not.
He's the best passing big man in NBA history. He's going to finish in the top 5 in assists, obviously number 1 in scoring.
And he's an Ohio guy. He's an Ohio guy. He brought a championship to Cleveland.
We need to go 24 episodes to get his high school career in there too.
We do. I'm telling you that I don't know another person. Listen, I'm a Michael Jordan fanatic. I grew up with Space Jam, Michael Jordan posters all over my wall, Jordan shoes on my feet, everything. I'm like a big Jordan fan. He doesn't have 20 seasons of highlights. I've seen every Jordan highlight. I've seen all of them, Shark. Give me LeBron.
All right.
It's pretty strong words.
It was impassioned. I'm going to roll it back at some point today.
Yeah.
But I'm a big LeBron guy.
I like it. I love it. I mean, the fact that you just gave Netflix like $1 billion idea for free.
Hope they cut me like
no, they're not.
$20, $30?
Maybe something like that. $1 per season?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Yeah, you said it all. He's remarkable. And to be doing, what do you have, 8 assists and 9 rebounds last night, too?
Yeah,
like he was flirting with a triple-double. He's insane.
He's unreal.
We spent 5 minutes on Monday talking about how Bill Belichick never appeared on Hard Knocks during his 24 seasons with the Patriots, but that Belichick's Tar Heels of North Carolina would be featured on Hard Knocks this offseason. We're never going to get those 5 minutes back from Monday, boys, because unfortunately, Beamer, a deal could not be reached between HBO and UNC.
Yeah, I wonder what happened here. I don't know if it was just a monetary thing or Bill realizing, like, I didn't do this in the NFL. Why would I start now? Like, I want to know the details of, because, like, anytime that you have, like, Shefty and Ian Rappaport and, like, Albert Breer and these guys, like, reporting on something, it's 99% going to be true all the time, especially, like, when they're co-reporting something together. So I wonder what kind of broke in this negotiation between the two, because, like, it seemed like it was going to be something. I was looking forward to seeing how Bill Belichick, the college coach, compared to Bill Belichick, the NFL coach, and kind of what that looked like. Now, unfortunately, we're not going to get back. And I don't know if I have no idea what their plan is going to be for an off-season version of Hard Knocks. Now, I did read something that said Bill Belichick and the North Carolina Tar Heels could do another off-season show, but it will not be the NFL Films version of Hard Knocks.
I'm curious what's going on behind the scenes, because first, Bill Belichick can't get a job in the NFL. Then, PFT's reporting that some NFL owners didn't appreciate that he was going to get an NFL platform. So, like, why? I don't understand what the NFL's issue with Bill Belichick is. And then, because that could have easily been navigated by just having a Hard Knocks college version.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have to be Hard Knocks, the NFL product following Bill Belichick. They could have just done a, quote unquote spinoff. That would have opened up a whole bunch of options. You start picking not just Bill Belichick at North Carolina, but some of your the biggest programs in college football. People would love to see that.
Ohio State, Texas. I know Notre Dame does their own thing with Amazon.
Yeah, so if it's about money, that's more money. So I don't know. It feels like there's some kind of issue between Bill Belichick and the NFL
Some
owners.
sort of beef?
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know what it could be. I thought you would think he's this storied coach. So maybe all those cheating scandals finally caught up to him.
Hey, there wasn't a whole lot of defense being played for our local teams last night. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
We are still watching a couple crashes. Drivers heading out to the Granville, maybe even Newark area. Expect some lane closures on 161 eastbound as you're passing 62 due to a crash. West side drivers, 70 westbound past Hilliard Rome Road. We've got the right shoulder blocked off over there in those westbound lanes. And southeast side drivers still watching crews clear out a crash on 270 southbound as you're leading up to Alum Creek Drive. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for mouth-watering meals and appetizing ingredients. Our low prices add up to big savings, plus over $600 in digital coupons each week, and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you always get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Right now, 80% lean ground beef is on sale. 3-pound packages are only $3.99 a pound with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Uline is expanding in Ohio with a 1.4 million square foot building, and they're looking for exceptional people to get this location up and running. The company has seen decades of growth, creating a stable work environment employees can count on. Warehouse workers earn pay starting from $25 an hour, plus substantial bonus programs and great benefits. They also offer multiple shifts and schedules to fit your life. Check out current Aetna job opportunities at uline.jobs/Ohio.
Miss, your burger is served.
Thank you.
And if I may suggest a pairing, this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. The sweetness of Pepsi perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger, while the citrus and carbonation elevates the taste for a truly stunning flavor profile. Bon appetit.
Now that is one perfect combination. If this is how the other half lives, I could get used to this. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Say goodbye to car care headaches with Carvenience from Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. For only $49, we'll pick up your vehicle, leave you with a rental, and return it fully serviced and spotless. No more juggling your schedule or wasting hours at the shop. Carvenience lets you focus on what matters while we take care of all the rest, making life easier. Schedule your service today at HindererMotorCompany.com.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 380-225-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Right now at Verizon, you can get one line for less than you think. Just $50 per month when you bring your phone, which is less than you spend on Bella's Dog Walker and Glam Squad every week. Get one line on unlimited welcome for $50 per month with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Visit your local Columbus Verizon store today. $15 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
Here, heart care helps you heal faster. Advanced, minimally invasive procedures mean less time recovering and more living life. See how we care for all of you at MountCarmelForYou.com.
Choose Logan Services for savings up to $2,000 on a qualifying train system and 0% APR financing for 60 months. It's hard to stop a train. Estimates are free and installation takes just one day. Logan Services.
You're invited to Circle K's Inner Circle Members Celebration. On March 6th, Inner Circle members across Columbus will get an exclusive 40 cents off per gallon from 6 a.m. until 11:59 p.m. Want to join the party? Just download the Circle K app and create an account to join Inner Circle. Don't miss your chance to save 40 cents off per gallon on March 6th all day. Sign up now. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit the Circle K app for details.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Want a golf course quality lawn? It's easier and more affordable than you think with True Green. As the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, True Green brings pro-level expertise straight to your yard, so your lawn can look like a fairway. Sign up by March 10th and get one free application. Plus, you'll get True Green's price match guarantee. If you're not satisfied, True Green will revisit your lawn between scheduled visits to make it right. Visit TrueGreen.com today to get a free application. Offer ends March 10th. Restrictions apply.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning, I'm Bart the Shark. Zach Werenski scored 2 more goals for the Blue Jackets, giving him his second 20-goal season. He becomes just the third American defenseman with multiple 20-goal seasons. But Columbus lost at Tampa Bay 6-2. It took 2 overtimes, but Ohio State got by Nebraska 116-114. Bruce Thornton scored 29 points for the Buckeyes, who improved to 17-13 overall, 9-10 in the Big Ten. In soccer, after losing 3-0 to LAFC in the first leg of the CONCACAF Champions Cup round of 16 last night in Los Angeles, the Crew will now have to win by at least 4 goals in the second leg next Tuesday in Columbus to advance to the quarterfinals. In the NBA, the Cavaliers won in Chicago 139-117. The Sports Center is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Enjoy rates as low as 9.9% APR with a Visa Platinum credit card. Apply at bmifcu.org/visa.
What's the going rate for a good babysitter? Also, Shark needs a raise. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Hour 2 for us here on a Wednesday. We got Mike Bennett hanging out with us coming up here this hour. Half of the brother Styles, Lorenzo Styles. He's going to join Bob on the Buckeye Cruise. That's coming up here 7:30, a little bit later on.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, the largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard in Central Ohio. And everything you need for the master griller.
It was a tough night for defense for our local teams. Good news is you won the game you probably needed the most in the Buckeye men's basketball team. They got things done 116-114 in double overtime over at senior night at the Shot. Round of applause to Bryce Williams for Nebraska. 43 points for him last night. So you staved off the Big Ten's best scoring performance of the year up to this point. 43 points for him, shot 29 times, and played a total of 49 minutes in a 50-minute game. So great job out of him, but even better job out of the Buckeyes. Made a couple of critical free throws down the stretch. 4 of your 5 starters scored 20 points. Sean Stewart scored 13 points as your 5th starter. So all 5 of your guys in double figures. And, yeah, you needed it. And they gave you their very best, and they're still alive now. All right, you needed that game against Nebraska. Next up for them, Saturday afternoon, Assembly Hall, Bloomington, Indiana, where the 2 bubble teams will fight. So got to get that one as well. So first part done for the Buckeye men's hoops team. Good job out of them last night. Again, 116-114, very high-scoring double overtime game in that one from last evening. Take you down to South Florida. Not South Florida, kind of Central Florida. They're in South Florida tomorrow. Jackets took on the Lightning. Is a tough game. It was always going to be a tough game for them. 6-2, they end up losing. They were close a couple of times, Mike, as the game kind of went on. Just couldn't really couldn't really close it out or get within one. And here was Dino after the game last night, which he'll come on tomorrow at 7:30 with the dudes. But got close a couple of times, just couldn't find that way to get it to 4-3.
It's funny because we didn't feel that we were out of the game. It just you get a couple again, and then it just kind of put it out of reach a little bit, but we still had plenty of opportunities. Like we had some really good looks to score, just didn't go in the net. But we didn't have that little extra bite that we've had as of late, and we've got to get that back real quick.
And then just in general, kind of assessing the loss from last night.
They scored the 2 goals. Obviously, it sucked quickly, but we hung in there. We made 2-1, and then we thought, we'll gather. But that's a real good team, and they had a lot of energy. Maybe we did have a bit of a hangover, but it's not we can't make an excuse, right? We should have been better. We should have started better. We didn't. We're hoping we're hoping for sure that we'll have a quick burn tomorrow in practice and get us back into, ready to play again.
I thought when Z scored the second goal, Sharky, to make it 4-2 after that minor was kind of canceled out, then the Tampa Bay goal was taken off the board. I'm like, all right, this is an opportunity for you now with Z scoring a shorty. Like, that's not happening a lot of the time. It was the second of the night. If you could pull it to 4-3, then maybe you could get something out of this game. But third period came around, and it was kind of toast from there.
It's a tough road trip because you're not playing, the Utah Hockey Club.
Yeah.
This is obviously a great team, and now we get to go face the Stanley Cup champions.
Mm-hmm. Who just traded for Seth Jones. I know that they're without Kachuk for the rest of the year, but
yeah,
you get Jonesy in there too. I mean, both of these, they're on 79 points. Lightning are on 76. Jackets on 68. Rangers now a couple of 2 points behind them. They'll face them this weekend in Madison Square Garden. Still only a couple of points behind the Devils, though, with 2 games in hand. So we'll know a lot more after we get through the road trip on Tuesday. But, yeah, they're in South Florida. Actually, right now, I think they left last night to head down to Miami. So we'll check in with James Van Riemsdyk at the very end of the program coming up here today. Talk a little bit about that. Did you see the TV ratings from the Stadium Series?
I did not.
The 2025 NHL Stadium Series delivered the most viewed regular season game since ESPN reacquired the rights to hockey back in 2021. 2025 NHL Stadium Series had an average of 1.6 million viewers for the game on Saturday evening. It peaked at 1.8 million. It's up 16% versus last year's 2 Stadium Series games on ABC. And for all intents and purposes, like, ESPN actually butchered the broadcast of this as well. If you were going to get the ABC treatment, it was probably going to be more. But it was the most viewed Stadium Series ever on cable and the most viewed Stadium Series game since 2019. So that's pretty good numbers for the CBJ.
That's what happens when you host a game in the shoe. People want to see it.
Yeah.
Brings the people out. See Michigan do that. Can't do it. Can't do it.
No, can't for sure. It was also a tough night defensively for the Crew. They went out to L.A., leg number 1 of the Champions Cup. Remember last year they played down in Mexico for the final, navigated all the way through the knockout rounds. It's going to be a much larger task next Tuesday at Lower.com Field. You can flirt around and you can tie the game. You feel like that's a win when you go on the road for a first leg. You can even lose the game by 1 goal, maybe 2 if you're feeling really froggy. But unfortunately for the Crew, Denny Bouanga put 2 past him last night. Game ends up being 3-0. That's a tall task coming back to Columbus for next week.
We knew it was going to be a tough game, and we knew that this was going to be a tough season for the Crew. They lost their golden boy in Cucho, and they're going to have to find somebody to fill that hole, to fill that gap. And so we'll see what the Crew can do this season. But I think every Crew fan knew that this season is going to be an uphill battle, and it'd be amazing to see them be able to salvage something. The season just started, but it'd be amazing to see them make something of this season, because Cucho really was he was one of the best Crew players we've had scorers we've had in a long time, if not ever.
Yeah, I mean, for me, he's best Crew player of all time.
Of all time, just in the brief span that he was here, he was phenomenal.
Yeah,
a scorer we haven't seen before.
So 93 goals and assists through his entire career here, which was just
3 or 4 years,
under 2 years, over 2, under 3. It's like 2.5 seasons you got to hit.
Took the city by storm.
That's crazy.
It's gonna be big shoes to fill. I have faith that we can get it done and that the crew can make something of this season. But yeah, you go to LAFC for this tournament game. We knew it was going to be a battle. So hopefully they can make something of it. Beat LAFC 3-0, 3-0, 4-0, whatever it takes. I'm
3-0 get into extras and then penalties. I mean, but the problem is at the beginning of the season we were talking about where the goal is going to come from. So, that's bearing its teeth.
Yep. So we'll see what happens.
So next up for them back in MLS Saturday afternoon, actually. So like a rare Saturday afternoon in Columbus. So I think that's a 2:30 start against the Dynamo for them coming up here on Saturday. Sharky, your Cavs just blew out the Bulls in like the last 5 minutes of that game last night.
Last 7 minutes it was 32-10.
Oh, Shark, I keep saying it, man. Get the tattoo. Where are you going to get it?
On my buttocks, left cheek.
A lot of options, and you chose that.
I think it should just be straight across the chest.
Well, how about the forehead?
Go with a neck tat. Neck tats are back in fashion. Neck tats are back in fashion.
Cavalier.
With the trophy right on the esophagus.
Right.
Maybe
they're going to win it.
The trophy as the eye in Cavalier, Shark. How about that for a tattoo design?
Like that.
Yeah, they're humming right now. Who you got next for the Cavs?
We have tonight Miami.
Ooh, back-to-back.
Back-to-back. Last night, Evan Mobley sat because he needed some rest.
He'll be back tonight. Who's sitting out tonight?
Yeah, good question.
Doesn't matter.
It was Donovan the last game, then Evan Mobley last night. Maybe it'll be Jarrett Allen tonight or Darius. Although Jarrett doesn't sit.
Yeah.
He doesn't sit. He played like 77 straight games last year.
Yeah, and now the Cavs have won 11 straight games, so it's a good job out of them. Hey, we have a new highest paid running back in the NFL. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we are watching crews clear out a crash on 270 southbound, just past that 270-33 split. Watch for crews pushed off to the right over there. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. As football winds down, college basketball is gearing up, and fans are ready to see which teams will prove they are ready to shine in March and who will be seen in San Antonio. You can get in all the action from tip-off to the final whistle at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Right now, new ESPN Bet Sportsbook customers can bet $10 and get $100 back in bonus bets and unlock 30 days of ESPN Plus. Download the app. Sign up with the promo code Radio100 to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
Next on Metro's Nada Yada Island podcast.
I almost fainted when the 4 new bombshells arrived. 4 free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G phones at Metro.
No way.
And finding out the 4th line is free. Oh, things got heated.
That's wild. Join Metro and get 4 free Samsung 5G phones. Only at Metro.
Plus tax. Bring 4 numbers and an ID and sign up for any Metro Flex plan. Not available currently at T-Mobile or been with Metro in the past 180 days.
Save on credit card interest and keep more money in your pocket. Open a new Visa from Kemba Financial Credit Union and pay 0% annual percentage rate on purchases and balance transfers made within the first 90 days for 18 months. Visit Kemba.org to apply or to learn about our signature card with more benefits and extra cash back. Restrictions apply. Offer ends March 31st, 2025.
There's a new way to surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle and Market District. Shop Giant Eagle's uncompromising quality at a reliable price with everyday savings. Look for signs throughout the store to find bargains on produce, meat, and more. At Giant Eagle, we combine exceptional customer service and quality foods, all at great value to make the most of your shopping trip. Visit Giant Eagle or Market District today to see how easy it is to save.
At NJM Insurance, we're like a symphony. It all starts by doing the right thing. Add in dedicated reps and put policyholders first. But no jingles or mascots because it's just not us. Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
Hey, it's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place.
When you buy from Pella, you could meet Brad, Bob, maybe Mike, or 54 others that make our local Pella team so awesome.
And if you buy from me, you'll get to meet me.
Just a one-man operation, Wilson?
I've got a bunch of cousins helping me, but based on their work, I'm not sure they've got thumbs.
Get the window that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
Scott the Scots here. How did the grass feel when it woke up from winter? A little crabby. Get it? Crabgrass? Right now, there's a short window of time to apply Scott's Turf Builder Halt's Crabgrass Preventer. It stops crabgrass before it invades and feeds your lawn for a fast green up after winter.
Save up to $20 today at the Home Depot or Lowe's for Scott's day-long saving time. Offers valid March 6th through 19th. See store for full details and product selection.
All your favorite and least favorite fan shows are available wherever you get your podcasts. Just type in 971 The Fan to the search bar and hit that subscribe button. It's free.
We're the land of the free and the home of the sunburnt, freckled fat guy.
Do it now.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and need thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We are tracking showers out there today. It is mild with temperatures near 60 degrees. Heading into the afternoon, winds could gust as high as 35 to 40 miles per hour. Falling temperatures expected by sundown with a transition to a few snow showers as we get closer to midnight. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Prime Sports is the official sports book of Morning Juice.
Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
The Fan. In high school, Bobby was a district swimming finalist. Also, Beamer still wears floaties. This is Morning Juice.
Hey, coming up 7:30 here this morning, Lorenzo, Styles, and Bob had a chance to catch up on the Buckeye Cruise, so that's coming up here a little bit after 7:30. I gotta say, the people are very disappointed as we are hanging out with Mike Bennett here this week. The people are very disappointed they didn't get a glimpse of the red jacket this morning.
Hey, sometimes you got to let people down. That's just part of life. The red jacket will come out when it's time for the red jacket to come out. That's just, listen, if everybody who was on YouTube who wanted to see the red jacket, deal with it. It's all right. It'll be okay.
I can't believe you're letting the folks down like that.
I know. Sometimes you have to. People want what they want. I respect it. I want to see me in the red jacket. Well, today wasn't the day. It was even raining a little bit. You can't bring velvet out in the rain.
Yeah, who says?
The velvet people. It's like rule number one.
The velvet conglomerate?
Yeah.
They're trying to protect that?
Yeah, you can't wear velvet in the rain.
I think if I wore a gray suit to an black tie affair, at some point when you're hosting the show, you need to wear the red jacket.
You were like a blue and gray suit.
Michael, I know.
You even had Peter Crouch commenting on it.
It was one of the worst moments of my life.
He complimented you.
Shark, have I ever told this story about the gray jacket? Yeah. I mean, it was bad.
Sorry about that.
It was bad.
I remember we were getting ready to leave to go to this.
Tell the people what event we were going to.
It was like the British ESPYs. What was it called?
I forget what it was actually called, but it was like the who's who.
The Prince was there.
Stars of Britain.
Yeah.
And Europe.
Yeah. It was a big deal.
It was a BFD.
And as Brandon's friend, I let him down because I didn't know that we needed a black suit. But that was the only suit I happened to pack. And then we get there, and I hadn't told Brandon we need a black suit because I was like, I knew we have an event. I didn't know it was a black tie event.
Certainly they told you, and then you just didn't tell me.
That wasn't during my attention to detail phase of my life.
Obviously it wasn't, because I also missed my flight the day before because you said it was the next day.
How am I supposed to know?
Yeah, dude, you're the one controlling this.
Did you make it to London?
I made it to London.
You made it to London. So we're getting ready to go to this event, and I find out like maybe an hour before. I'm like, hey, it's actually a black tie event. And Brandon's like, well, I don't have a black suit. I'm like, well, you'd be all right. Nobody's going to be like hunting you down for it. And so I'm walking out the hotel room, and I don't see Brandon near me. So I look behind me, and Brandon's just laying on the couch in the hotel room. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? We got to go. He's like, I'm having a panic attack. I'm not going. He's like, I'm not going.
Not doing it,
I'm
man.
like, nah, don't do that. Get up, go there. And then you got a compliment by Peter Crouch. Had a great night.
Yeah.
I told who was it, Allie Williams, who's like
if you don't know who Allie Williams is, why don't you fire, if you're not in the car or when you get into your workplace, Google Allie Williams. Allie Williams Rugby. I don't know if it's ALLI or
it's like a Hall of Famer for the All Blacks.
Yeah, it's
big guy.
ALI, Allie Williams. All right. This dude is 6'8", 260 pounds.
Just
by the way, mind you, if you're taking this in visually, everyone there is in all black, tuxedos, bow ties. Prince William is at this, or was it Prince Harry? Anyways, one of the princes in England was there. All right, they're having this big dinner, big banquet, stars galore. One of the guys on the drive over said to me, he's like, why don't you just, pretend like you're a professional athlete? I'm like, do I look like a professional athlete to you? Nothing about me screams professional athlete. All right, so I'm having a total meltdown. We get there, first thing I go to the bar. I'm like, I just
got to drink it away.
I can drink myself into oblivion tonight. Champagne, sure. Scotch, sure.
They were hitting us with every alcohol. There was alcohol at the table. They were like, here, have some wine, have some scotch, have some beer. It can't be mixing alcohols at a fancy event. I get a little sauced. And back in the day when I would get sauced, I'm like, all right, who in this room can take me? And I see this big dude, Allie Williams. I end up talking to him. I'm like, I'm kind of in my prime right now. I tell this man, I could probably take you. I was like, I could, I know you're strong and you played rugby and all that.
This was probably, 10 years ago? 8 years ago or so?
Yeah, probably, 2016?
Yeah, so Allie Williams right now is 43. So if that was 9 years ago, I mean, he's 34 at that point. He's
Brandon,
still in the peak of him playing.
I still think I could take down a black bear. I don't think I could have taken down Allie Williams. That man, he was a giant. He was an absolute giant, and he was built for violence. And I was out there just be like, yeah, if you want to.
Mike, you said to him, your sport is soft.
Well, yeah, it was fun. That's what you got to say. Get a little rise.
So why don't you guys come out to training tomorrow? And you're like, let's do it.
Let's go. We did go out to the rugby field, I think.
I don't know.
They had a couple Scottish eggs, some of the best coffee of my life the next morning, but I had to be resuscitated. You never know when you get a little too sauce, but the best indicator is when you tell a 6'8", 270-pound just violence machine, yeah, I could probably beat you up.
This guy was capped 77 times for New Zealand. The All Blacks. That's like the best rugby team ever.
That's the language of the tough guy. He loved it. He loved it. He was going back and forth with me. He was cracking up. He had a good time.
He was having a good time with you too, because he was like, if this dude swings on me, I'm gonna beat him into a bloody pulp.
But it was never like that. I wasn't out here threatening Allie Williams. We were just going back and forth talking, rugby versus football, who's tougher. And, I think tough. Football players are tough. Rugby players are different, and that was what had me excited. I was like, this guy, he'd be a good match.
He's living the life.
He's living the life. He's legit. He's a tough guy. So what could I do against a real life tough guy?
We got back to the table. You're like, dude, I could definitely beat him up, and I'm just shaking my head. I'm like, there's a 0.0% chance that you could beat up Allie Williams.
You have to have that kind of guy at a black tie event, keep things a little spicy.
Somebody says anybody to my friend wearing a gray suit about to catch the right hand of doom. Yeah, it was a mess. I had a good time though. Ultimately, I'm glad that you dragged me out of my panic attack stage and we were able to go for sure. The NFL yesterday saw this bad job out of the Giants, great job out of the Eagles. We have a new highest paid running back in the NFL. Eagles are rewarding Saquon Barkley for his historic season with a 2-year, $41.2 million contract, makes him the highest running back in NFL history. $36 million guaranteed at signing makes Barkley the NFL's first running back getting more than $20 million per year. If there was anybody to earn that title, that would be Saquon Barkley.
He just had to get out of New York. But he was
doing it in New York, and they said, is he really that good?
That's what I'm saying. He had to get out. He was unappreciated. He was on a team that was garbage, and he was carrying the team. Then he gets hurt, and then, you get hurt, you get a little older, people start looking at you crazy in the NFL. So he had to go somewhere where people appreciated him. Then he had one of the most outrageous plays I've ever seen.
I still don't get how he did that. The backwards jump.
And, I mean, incredible.
Spin,
like,
jump,
we've had so many great running backs in the NFL. Nobody can just pull that off in game time. So I'm happy for him. He deserved that money. He was a pivotal part of the Eagles winning that Super Bowl. So, yeah, screw the Giants. I mean, like, if you can't see that, honestly, his storyline is why we don't have a Hard Knocks preseason.
That's it.
His storyline.
That scene right there that will live in infamy for forever, that's why nobody wants to do it.
Yeah, because you make a decision like that and get embarrassed on the national stage to that degree. Like, it's not just you passed over a guy who still had a couple years left.
Yeah.
You passed over a guy who was the, like, pivotal, deciding factor in a Super Bowl winning team. That's what people...
It took him over the top.
It could have been Derrick Henry. I think it was... Except Derrick Henry, I don't think was underappreciated by the Ravens or by the Titans. Yeah. I think
it was just time to go different
time to go a different route. But the way they just poo-pooed Saquon,
it's crazy.
Come on, man! This guy has been doing incredible stuff for your team, and you're like, oh, I don't know if he's worth paying.
The ultimate question, and what were we talking about? Debo being traded to the Commanders earlier in the week. The ultimate question you have to ask yourself, if you're a general manager or you're someone in the front office, is always, can this or will this come back to haunt me?
Yeah. And
that is the worst thing to ever come back to haunt the Giants.
And I'll say you have to, as a GM, sometimes you just got to make the decision and live with it. Like, sometimes a guy who just wasn't going to be the guy for you you get rid of him. He decides to be a professional all of a sudden, or he fits the scheme better.
Sure.
And he does well. As a GM, you just got to eat that. But this wasn't that situation. I don't think it was, Saquon he's not producing. He's not a important part of our team. Like, they knew he was a huge part of their team, and they still wanted to underpay him, still didn't want to appreciate him. So I'm glad he went somewhere where they knew his value.
You had some more news yesterday. Vikings ended up not tagging Sam Darnold with the intention. And listen, once you get into actual free agency, who knows what's going to happen, and who knows the offer that the Vikings are going to entertain for Sam Darnold or some other team that needs a quarterback is going to get for him. But recent reports indicated the Vikings would pass on using the tag. The deadline yesterday for the franchise tag came and went. That foregoes a $40.242 million guaranteed salary for the 2025 season. You take T. Higgins out of the mix, and which is it's an interesting free agency class. I don't feel like there's like a whole lot, like 15, 20 guys that you could see are franchise changers. What Sam Darnold did this year in Minnesota, I thought was pretty good. Someone's going to pay him a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, he's shown that he's a quarterback who can win games, who can put his team in a position to win and go have a little postseason run. That's all you need to do as a quarterback. He's in the market. You know what I mean? Like, now he's not one of these, maybe he's a backup, maybe this and that. No, he's a starting quarterback in the NFL who has an opportunity to elevate your squad.
He's only 27 years old, too. I mean, it feels like he's been in the league for a long time, because we did see him with his first few years of the Jets just get beat up and berated, and he had that famous quote, like, I'm out here seeing ghosts,
It's
like
something about New York, man. I've talked to some guys who have played on New York teams, and, I'm sure it's different for every guy, but that city, there's so much else to do other than focus on football. Like, that's just it. You can get caught up in it. The media is brutal. I think like
they have a hit list. Like, who's up next?
Of all of the cities with tough media, I know for Ohio State, our media can be tough, our fans can be tough, but New York, they actively seek out their best talent, their best athletes, and try to crush them. It's odd. So, he got out of the Jets. The Jets is a whole nother conversation. That's not even just New York. That's the Jets. But he did well for himself at the Vikings, so I think he could go and get a nice little paycheck.
I think we should have realized that was happening when Justin Jefferson said, I don't care who's throwing me the football.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be Sam or J.J. McCarthy. Also, too, if they do re-sign Sam Darnold to some sort of a contract extension, what does that mean for J.J. McCarthy? Would he be available via trade? Like, I don't know. There's a lot of moving parts with that. So lots of stuff differently happening across the NFL yesterday as we inch closer to free agency and the legal tampering period beginning, which I know is one of Shark's favorites. Hey, Bob was able to catch up with one half of the brothers Styles, Lorenzo Styles. He joins from the Buckeye Cruise here in 2 minutes. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan Traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and a happy Wednesday to you right now. No major crashes that we're watching, but a little bit slick out there from that rain overnight. Watching busy traffic on 71 near downtown and 33 on the southeast side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Another reason to choose Hinderer Motor Company for your next vehicle. This is Justin Hinderer. Every vehicle comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty, award-winning service, and our exclusive Carvenience. We pick up your vehicle, service it, and return it so you save time and enjoy peace of mind. That's Carvenience. At Hinderer Motor Company, we take care of everything so you can drive worry-free. See why we're the best choice for your next new or used car by visiting HindererMotorCompany.com.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Fast, sustainable weight loss without medication. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
One of these guys thinks Clintonville was named after Bill Clinton. You're listening to Morning Juice.
A couple of more guests lined up for you from the Buckeye Cruise. Kenyatta Jackson, we're going to get a chance to be able to listen to that coming up here at the top of the 8 o'clock hour. So Bob caught up with the big fella. As for now, though, we head back to the Buckeye Cruise. Bobby talking with half of the brother Styles, Lorenzo Styles.
Lorenzo Styles, Pickerington alum. You know, I was told, Lorenzo, that you and Sonny were going to be here together, and then all of a sudden it's just you. I mean, what's going on with your brother?
I think my brother, he was scared of the water a little bit. He didn't want to get seasick, some motion sick and stuff like that. I think it was just an excuse. He's definitely on the grind right now, back leading some of the guys, but yeah, I wish he was here for sure.
Yeah, so while you guys are all here just chilling, I mean, somebody had to stay back and lead the groups with Coach Mick.
No doubt. We got a couple guys back. He's one of them. Monel Cornell is another guy. So definitely good to have leaders back, but it's this is a good experience.
What if is this your first cruise?
First cruise ever. I'm excited.
So day and a half in now. You grew up in Central Ohio, and you talk about all the guys from obviously Pickerington, and you've got guys from kind of around Central Ohio. So you've grown up and seen all this, especially with your family. Does any coming on this? Does this even surprise you? Kind of the support and what it's all about?
I don't think it necessarily surprised me about the support, but the faces to go along with it. After Friday night games, I used to go up to Roosters. So I know a lot of people who work at Roosters are here. Cardo's Pizza is another spot. So just putting faces, names with faces, and places that I grew up with. It's just a blessing to be here and to be around such a good support system.
We love having you. We really appreciate it. You and your brother have done some unbelievable things in the community. You want to talk a little bit about that? And are we having some of the same plans coming up here this offseason again?
Yes, sir. So we work with the Huckleberry House right now. We're looking at different organizations as well. But with the Huckleberry House, we have a big event every year with the Sleep Out, which will be I believe it will be in May this year again. But that's a good event. But just trying to show support throughout the year. I know we do different things, hanging out with the kids. I had an opportunity to get a bunch of Cheryl cookies from this. Nice. I got 200 of them, so just trying to give back. But it's just I've been fortunate to have a good support system, so I'm just trying to do what I can with my platform and access to things that I have.
Talk a little bit, you go to Notre Dame, you've been back at Ohio State. What's it been like here the last year and a half?
It's been a blessing, but there's also been some trials and stuff too. I came in, switched positions. There was some ups and downs, but I'm really excited for this year. I'm excited for the opportunity that I have, and we're trying to run it back.
Yeah, battling obviously some injury stuff. I mean, I love talking to guys. We talk with Lathan a lot, who Lathan lived in the training room over his time. And I always tell people, just keep pushing, man. Things always work out. Battling, the shoulder, how was that going through that? And then how does it feel to kind of go into this offseason healthy?
I think it just shows the consistency, and I think it shows the support team I have around me. I had to make sure I do my part. I was showing up every single day, trying to get better, trying to be my best. And Adam Stewart, he got me right in 3 months on a surgery that takes 6 months, and I was playing week 1. So just a credit to them and the strength program that we have. But honestly, I would just say it's consistency, putting in the hard work and trying to get better every single day puts us and myself in position to go succeed this year and do it again.
Talk a little bit about Matt Guerreri, Coach Walton, Tim Walton. I mean, those guys do such a great job, and you've got OG Tim, who's doing it for a long time. Matt Guerreri, very young dude, just coaching the back end and being a part of those guys.
It's excited to have this group of guys with a new defensive coordinator. We still have our familiar faces in our room, and I like what's going on right now. They're meshing really well. I know Coach Walton and Coach Patricia have some experience at Syracuse together, but they're both great defensive minds. Really appreciate Coach Walton because he's the one who got me here, and just the opportunities provided me, allowing me to be at Ohio State, and helping me individually become a better football player as well as all the guys in the room.
So you flip from offense to defense. You come in here, you learn a system, now about to learn a new one. Have you had a chance to talk to Coach Patricia yet and kind of see what's going on?
Yes, sir. I talked to Coach Patricia, and he's made it very clear, he's the way he's going to play the game, he's going to look at our players and their skill sets, and he's going to try to maximize those. And I think that's really NFL-like. You got to look at your chess pieces and play the board accordingly.
Last 4 games, what was that like going on that run, being an Ohio guy, everything, your brother being a part of it? I'm sure your dad's looking at all, everything that happened. I mean, almost like a dream come true.
I would say it's a dream come true for a lot of people, just because all the hard work and everything we put in. But honestly, I think it was just a realization. I know a lot of the guys. We had a lot of senior guys who've been here, 5th-year guys. The realization, damn, this is really it. We have an opportunity. God bless us to give us a chance to go really have a chance to win the national championship, and we came through, and we did what we were supposed to do, give us the opportunity to do so.
Lathan and Jordan now gone.
Yep.
Talk a little bit about their leadership, your relationship with them, maybe some nuggets you picked up.
So from Jordan in particular, he played nickel as well. So I'm playing the same role. So just learning from him, building off each other. He helped me get better every single day, and I was trying to push him to be his best self. So just having that competition in your position room, it holds you accountable. Once allows you to be the best player you can be. And then with Lathan Ransom, he was another guy, like you were just talking earlier about his story. He's been through the ups and the downs, the worst and the highs and the lows. So just hearing how to stay in the middle and just stay even kill.
It's really impressive, man. I'll leave you with this. And 8 defensive starters leaving, gonna have a ton of guys get drafted.
Yeah.
And you're one of the guys that's gonna be stepping up, a veteran player. What's it like, kind of embracing that leadership role, leaning into the offseason, the mat drills, the lifting, all the stuff that where your team is forged?
No doubt. I just think it's just being a dog, being a dog and showing up every single day. A lot of guys, one thing I don't want to do is just try to step into a leadership role without making sure, everyone, your own poop stink too. So I'm just trying to make sure I'm my best self every single day, leading that way. But then it's also being more vocal, trying to bring guys around. I know the system. I know what we're trying to accomplish here. So I set the standard pretty high for them, so they know what it is. Because when eventually I'm going to be gone, we have a lot of other guys who are going to be gone too. So setting the standard, keeping Ohio State. We want to win national championships for years to come.
Lorenzo Styles, thank you so much, sir.
Appreciate it.
There they go, half the brother Styles, Lorenzo Styles, there on the Buckeye Cruise. So when we were getting a chance to listen to Lorenzo, how did this even come about?
About LeBron?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, it's a LeBron Appreciation Day. Man just broke 50,000 points. But we were talking about, okay, how long can he play? Could he play till he was, 50? What could he do? But he's still dominant right now. So we looked up, all right, well, he could play to 50 if he can give a good 10 points a game, play 12 minutes, 10 minutes.
If he decides that he wants to be a bench guy.
If he felt, if he could, if LeBron could stomach being a bench guy, not being the main guy in the NBA.
Give me 8 minutes a night.
So we're like, okay, well, how long has it been since he hasn't scored 10 points in a game?
Long.
Folks, 2007. this man has got 10 or more points in 1,277 consecutive games. The last time he didn't have a 10-point game was January 5th, 2007.
That doesn't make any sense.
And Brandon, you found that he's had only 8 games in his over 20-year career where he didn't have 10 or more points. That's outrageous. And we just accept it because we crowned him king at like 16 years old. And so you're like, well, this is what he's supposed to do. 1,277 consecutive games with double-digit points in the NBA.
There's some stats that you look at, like a Wayne Gretzky wormhole is always great to go down, like, oh, my God, look how many hat tricks he had, or, whatever, like some stats. The Tiger Woods, like back in the heyday, you can go and like look at his like scoring averages and everything. And like those are always kind of fun to get down the wormholes. You could do the exact same thing with LeBron.
Yeah.
2007. It's a freshman in high school.
Like it's just, you look
32 years old, married with a child now, and this dude, the last time he didn't score 10 points in a game was as a freshman in high school for me.
It's outrageous. Michael Jordan's streak was 866 games.
Great
that was
streak.
That's 1986 to 2001.
That is 10 seasons.
That's outrageous. That's crazy. That's a crazy streak, and LeBron blows it out of the water. Kevin Durant, touted as one of the greatest scorers this game has ever seen, has an 188-game streak. That's nothing compared to 1,274.
Kevin Durant, 8th best scorer in NBA history, by the way, and still climbing.
Listen, like I said, I know there are a lot of people out there who are going to be like, I'm turning this off if he keeps talking about LeBron over MJ. But I am somebody, like I said, who grew up idolizing Michael Jordan, and I still highly respect, and I'll say that he's one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time, for the impact on the game, all of that stuff. You cannot deny the presence that LeBron has had in this league for the last 25 years.
He's just gotten too used to him. He's just been around for so long that it's just that's LeBron.
It's you can't give him every award every year. That gets boring. People get annoyed. You can't talk about him every night. It's boring. People get annoyed. You can't be like, okay, who cares? He hit 30,000 points. 40,000 points. 50,000. What do we like? And then he's got the assist. He's
dude, get the tattoo.
Hey. If I was going to get a tattoo of any person, it'd probably be LeBron James. I'm not going to get him tatted on my body. It's too far. I don't even really like wearing jerseys with another person's name on my back. But I thought I might get a LeBron jersey. He's earned it. If anybody's earned it.
Get the LeBron jersey back tat.
That would be too much. I'm a big fan. I can't tell Shark I don't idolize any actresses and then go get a LeBron James 23 on my back. That'd be crazy, but I might do it.
I think he can.
You get the LeBron James tattoo.
I'm not the one out here.
You're a bigger LeBron fan than me.
I know. And then I just, for whatever reason, just took it for granted. I was doing that.
You got bored. You were like, okay, he's been great for 13 seasons. Let's move on. Let's find somebody else.
Let's go see what else is happening around here. It's what happens.
I'm just saying, wait until the documentaries start flowing for LeBron. I think he's had like one documentary.
I saw the video that you sent me the other day where Dwayne Wade is talking about his 4th season in Miami. Well, LeBron's 4th season, like down with Pat Riley and Chris Bosh and all those guys. And they're playing in their 4th straight NBA finals. And like Pat Riley, for whatever reason, he's like, LeBron is very particular. Like he brings his food onto the plane from, the chef that he has.
I think that's what reignited my passion for LeBron was finding out that he just has a bag of cookies on the plane.
And Dwayne Wade was like, he brings him a bag, like he brings in his own food and then just a bag of cookies.
A duffel bag of chocolate chip cookies.
Everywhere he goes. Like he brings that, if they're on the road for a week, he brings enough.
I can relate. I can relate.
Specifically to do that. And he was like, Pat Riley took the cookies away from LeBron, left in the summer to go back to Cleveland.
Hey, listen, if you take my duffel bag of chocolate chip cookies, you'll never see me again. Are you kidding me? I'm LeBron James. I bring a duffel bag of chocolate chip cookies. It's what I need. It's what I need to be LeBron James.
Nah,
you can't take it.
Can't have that. All right, guess what? I'm gonna leave then.
Yeah, go
playing 3 straight NBA finals with the Cavs. Then.
Yeah. How many championships has Miami had since then?
0. They do have an NBA Finals appearance, though, but that doesn't count. We're going to get Juice next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Wednesday. Right now, no crashes that we're watching that will slow you down. Seeing busy traffic on 71 up in Delaware County coming into Polaris and on 33 on the southeast side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan traffic.
Do you realize making the minimum monthly payments on your credit cards, it'll take nearly 20 years to pay them off? What if I told you there's a way for you to get them all paid off in just a matter of weeks? Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Imagine wiping out all of your credit cards. Here's where you go. AFLcash.com. That's AFLcash.com. Advantage First Lending is the easy button for tapping in to hundreds of thousands of dollars in your home equity. That's not the bank money. It's your money. Listen, your home, the value is way up. And now AFLcash.com has a super fast, hassle-free program that lets you turn that equity into cash. People do this are living their best life, their credit card debt free, with cash left over for other stuff like home improvements, maybe a vacation. See how much money you can get now. Go to AFLcash.com or call 844-394-CASH. That's 844-394-CASH. Say goodbye to greedy credit card companies. That's AFLcash.com.
Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1209177. Subject to lender approval. NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Get your furnace fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling, 1-800-COOLING.
This is the White Castle Call of the Crave, and it can happen anytime, even right now. So for a limited time, go get your hands on crispy shrimp nibblers. Only at White Castle. Follow your crave, limited time only.
Ready to be the change and have a positive impact on your community? Consider joining the Columbus Division of Police. Starting pay is $70,000 plus, growing to 6 figures after 4 years of service. We offer paid vacations, paid holidays, and health insurance. Do you aspire to complete your degree? We offer 100% tuition reimbursement after you complete your first year of service. Contact the CPD recruiting unit at jobs@columbuspolice.org or apply online at columbus.gov/government/jobs. The City of Columbus is an equal opportunity employer.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Got a car to sell? Germain Toyota of Columbus wants it and will pay you $1,000 over the Kelly Blue Book value. That's right. Germain Toyota Buy Center is making it easier than ever to get top dollar for your ride. No trade-in required, no pressure, just fast, easy cash for your car. Any make, any model, we want it. Stop by Germain Toyota of Columbus today or visit germaintoyota.net to get your free appraisal. Germain Toyota of Columbus on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road.
Common Man and T-Bone.
I see news like that and I get a little gleam in my eye. Glint? Gleam? Gleam. Or glimmer? Shimmer? I don't know.
Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company.
Weekdays 3 to 6 on The Fan.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think you could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text KING to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text KING to 42424. That's KING to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Airflow Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
If you make a wisecrack about Dayton Pizza, Beamer will murder you dead.
Humor. I have it too.
This is Morning Juice.
Hey, coming up here 1 hour away from right now, Columbus Blue Jacket, James Van Riemsdyk. He's going to join the program. Very excited to talk to him. Tough night for the Jackets last night, but hey, it's an 82-game season. That happens.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
All right, Michael, it's a Wednesday. You got business deals aplenty. It's got you fired up, big dog.
I think everybody that's been listening to this show knows what's got me juiced this morning.
Michael Jordan.
LeBron James, ladies and gentlemen. LeBron James hits 50,000 points. An Ohio born and bred, brought a championship to the great city of Cleveland. LeBron James has me juiced this morning. I am just in awe of what he's able to do as a former professional athlete who was barely able to eke out 5 years. To see somebody at the top of their game for 20 years is astounding to me. I don't care what sport it is. I have massive respect for that. He's going to keep racking up accolades. I don't care how much longer he plays, whether this is his last season, which it doesn't seem like it will be, or he plays 5-10 more years. It doesn't matter. This guy has established himself as one of the all-time great athletes this world has ever seen. Only maybe behind, who is it, like Seabiscuit? Or whoever that horse is. Secretariat. I put Secretariat in my top 5 athletes of all time.
Yeah, it's an athlete.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, so LeBron James has me juiced. I think he doesn't get people give him appreciation, but I just don't think you understand what it takes to do what he did. That was like Tom Brady. I used to be a Tom Brady hater, Brandon. And then he won like championship number 5. I'm like, all right, maybe he's onto something. And he just kept going. I think the deciding factor for me to embrace Tom Brady's greatness was winning a championship with New England at 40 years old, and then going to Tampa Bay and winning a championship with them that next year at, once again, over 40 years old. It's unheard of. Unheard of. So LeBron James, everybody, wear your LeBron James jerseys to work. Get the tattoo. Do what you got to do, but show LeBron that you care.
Sharky, what Schleik's got to say this morning?
I'd play hockey for that guy, though I don't know anything about hockey. It's like, hey, Schleik's, we're going to do this forecheck thing. Okay, cool. Just go smash this guy's face into the wall. 10-4 there, buddy.
The Big Ten women's basketball tournament starts today. Thankfully, the Buckeyes, they're not in Indianapolis till Friday. Well, they'll probably be there tomorrow. But
yeah, leaving tomorrow.
Friday, they've got the double bye in this tournament, so they don't play until they get to the quarterfinals on Friday. But yesterday, the conference announced its award winners for the regular season from the Buckeyes. Cody McMahon, Jelani Cambridge, both unanimous selections to the All-Big Ten first team. And it's a little muddied, let's say, since 5 years ago. You used to have 5 people on the first team. Now you've got 10 because you got 18 teams in the league. But anyway, both were unanimous selections. Taylor Theory made the conference all-defensive team, and Cambridge was named Big Ten Freshman of the Year. So that has me juiced. And then the Buckeye men last night. I don't get the Peacock, so I listened to Paul and Ronnie. The box score is just mesmerizing. Micah Parrish, 46 minutes. Bruce Thornton, 48 minutes.
Junie played 43, I think.
Yeah, Junie played 44. Devin Royal, 43. All 4 of them scored at least 20 points, which I can never remember an Ohio State team having 4 20-point scores. In fact, it's probably never happened. Forget the fact that I don't remember it. I'm going to say it's never happened. The post-game notes I got from Ohio State that told me that it was the highest scoring game ever in St. John, in Value City Arena. By the way, the dude that was sending out these notes from Ohio State, I'm not going to say his name on the air because I don't want to embarrass him. He said Valley City Arena. It was late, though. It was after midnight. And, it was a very long night for him. But I would like to know if Ohio State's ever had 40 20-point scores in a game. Maybe it's happened, but I sure don't remember.
40 in a game? No, 4 maybe.
4 scoring 20 in a game, excuse me. Of course, I don't ever remember scoring 116 points in a game either. But Cavaliers last night were stinky poo for 3.5 quarters, and then they just put it all together in the final 7 minutes of the game. You look at the score, you'd say 22-point win, must have been really easy. No, it wasn't easy at all. But then they went on a 32-10 run to end the game. They're now 51-10, which is mind-boggling. If they were 41-20, my mind would be boggled. They're 51-10.
Print the shirt, Shark.
Print the shirts for what? The Eastern Conference Finals?
You say it.
I can't go there.
Shark. Get yourself there.
I'm going to say
it's going to feel so good when you say it. Say it.
Believe it.
There are 4 double-digit winning streaks in the NBA this season, and Cleveland has 3 of them.
Yeah.
Go figure that. And then finally, I am so sorry. I forgot about this in this date in history. Our little William Beam is 2 years old today, and that makes me a proud uncle, I guess. What time was he born?
Around 10:25 in the evening.
Oh, in the evening.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
on his board, when we were at the hospital, it said birth date 3/6 because they were expecting him to come the next day. But came a little bit earlier than anticipated.
That has me juiced, Beam.
What's got me juiced on that front? Last night, I don't know what it is, just hitting 2 years old or whatever. Like our swings of emotions it's a pretty wild thing to be looking at. So Mary and him went to the park yesterday, which was cool. Dad put together a trampoline. He had a good time bouncing on that afterwards when they got home. But it's just a little mini trampoline. Like it's not like the full size yard one or anything. Our yard, I don't think is big enough to have one of those trampolines. And he was just so enamored with our neighbor, like with Eric. Like he just, hey Eric, hi Eric, hey Eric, hey Eric, hi Eric.
How does Eric deal with that?
Eric's, hi Will, hey Willie. You know Eric. I mean, you know Eric pretty well. And then he's got 3 cats at home: Chester, Charlie, and Chloe. So he's learned the names.
Is this the neighbor with the gnomes?
This is the neighbor with the gnomes,
Okay.
and also the neighbor who has not watched a single Buckeye football game and doesn't even know that they exist.
They didn't know who Ryan Day was.
Ryan Day didn't know Urban Meyer. Thought Jim Tressman was still the coach. And I'm like, it's not his name, man. It's Jim Tressel, and he hasn't been here since 2011.
Biggest crew fan you'll ever find, though.
No, diehard crew fan.
Loves the city.
Can name you like everyone from the Crew 2 Academy as well. So that was a good night. And then we got inside, and all of a sudden, like everything went from being like fine and copacetic. I'm cooking dinner. We're making rice, and like it was burrito night last night for him. So he usually loves it. Get inside just for no reason at all. Just starts throwing an absolute fit.
Shark, you have experience with this. What does Brandon get to look forward to with William in his 2-year-old era?
Terrible twos. Yeah. I don't know what it is at that age. They think they're smarter than you.
Well, he probably is.
He's not smarter than you, but he's going to let you know that he's smarter than you, and I'm going to do it my way. Forget you.
He doesn't
Daddy.
want help with anything.
And that doesn't end until they're like 25 years old, right?
And then you get to 25 and you go, you know what? Maybe my parents were smarter than they gave me credit
Maybe
for.
I should have listened to them.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, so that's got me fired up. Big second birthday. And last night before bed, we were looking at pictures of like when he was born. So that was cool. That was a pretty good time. So yeah, big happy second birthday to the big dog. Sharky 1 month away from right now. Pia, she turns 2.
Yes, and I remember, gosh, those early days. They're so tiny and
it's crazy.
fragile. I mean,
I've never been more scared in my life to make a 5-minute drive than when we left the hospital to our house. I was like going
take all the back streets.
And it was all back streets for me to get from Riverside to our house. But I was petrified. And then looking back on it, I'm like, I should have been, because he didn't even really fit in the car seat. He's so small that he doesn't even fit in there. So yeah, big happy birthday to him. 2 years old. I think we're going to go play like in some sort of their gym or like indoor sandbox later. So hopefully
indoor sandbox.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of places I guess around that does that. You know who found that? Mom, not me.
She always comes in clutch.
We would have just hung out outside and talked to Eric for an hour if it was up to me. But yeah, big happy birthday to him for sure. Buckeye Kenyatta Jackson, he joins from the Buckeye Cruise next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Wednesday. No major crashes that we're watching across the metro. Seeing things pick up on 33 in Dublin and on I-71 as you make your way into downtown. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for mouth-watering meals and appetizing ingredients. Our low prices add up to big savings, plus over $600 in digital coupons each week, and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you always get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
We've lowered prices. You can save 15% or more on hundreds of items like Thomas Mini Bagels, Campbell's SpaghettiOs, and more. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Are you feeling tired, slower, or achier than you used to? You might think it's just age, but it could be low testosterone. At Columbus Men's Clinic, they've helped thousands of men who didn't realize their symptoms were caused by declining testosterone levels, a problem that's becoming a new norm in American men. Columbus Men's Clinic refuses to accept this new normal. They're committed to restoring testosterone to healthy levels so you can feel like yourself again, whether at home, in the gym, at work, or in the bedroom. For years, their medical provider has delivered testosterone therapy tailored to each man's needs. No one-size-fits-all solutions, just real science-backed results delivered by discreet local experts. Imagine more energy, sharper focus, and newfound confidence. A same-day testosterone check and consultation is just $99. Call 614-300-7400 or visit ColumbusMen'sClinic.com today. Your prime years aren't over. They're just waiting to be unleashed. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
They're trained. They're fired up.
Let's do it.
When you need heat, they can't be beat. They're Ohio State's undefeated heating and cooling team. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived, the only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, and hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Right now at Verizon, you can get one line for less than you think. Just $50 per month when you bring your phone, which is less than you spend on Bella's Dog Walker and Glam Squad every week. Get one line on unlimited welcome for $50 per month with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Visit your local Columbus Verizon store today. $15 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
Hey folks, Austin Ward here. Over the past 10 years, the weight loss industry has seen it all. New medications, fad diets, sculpting. Yet Awaken 180 still stands alone as the proven solution for lasting weight loss. Results at awaken180weightloss.com.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus and save $40 on any repair of $150 or more. Only at AAA Car Care Plus locations. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer valid through March 31st. See store for details.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports.
Good morning. I'm Mark the Shark. History was made at Value City Arena last night in double overtime. Ohio State got by Nebraska 116-114. The 116 marks the most points ever scored by a team in that arena, and tied for the second most points ever scored by a Buckeye team in program history. Bruce Thornton led OSU with 29 points and 9 assists. Rough night for the Blue Jackets in Tampa. The Lightning scored a pair of goals in the first 97 seconds of the game and went on to dump Columbus 6-2. Zach Werenski scored both goals for Columbus. In soccer, the Crew lost 3-0 in the first leg of the CONCACAF Champions Cup round of 16 against LAFC in Los Angeles. Columbus will host the return leg next Tuesday at Lower.com Field. The Sports Center is sponsored by The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Visit them online at thewaterworks.com, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Bobby is known as the General. Beamer is known as Beamer. This is Morning Juice.
Hour 3 for us here on a Wednesday. Coming up after the re-rec, Bob had an opportunity to check in with Buckeye defensive lineman Kenyatta Jackson. He's going to join us here at the end of the segment and at the very end of the program around 8:47, 8:48-ish this morning. Columbus Blue Jacket James Van Riemsdyk, he's going to join the program.
Morning Juice presents.
Guys, press the wrong button. Wrong button. False start. 5-yard
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, the largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard in Central Ohio. And everything you need for the master griller.
Lightning 6, Jackets 2 last night. It's a tough road trip. We knew it's 4-gamer. Tomorrow night, you get the defending Stanley Cup champions. Last night, you got the Lightning. You were on a 4-game win streak yourself. That got snapped. You couldn't really get them to one goal. I mean, I know it was 2-1 at the beginning. It's 4-2. You couldn't get it back to 4-3. It was just always kind of tough. They did have opportunities, but unfortunately couldn't get that win. So tomorrow evening against the Panthers at 7 o'clock. You can listen to that coverage beginning at 6:30 right here on The Fan tomorrow. Did see this from ESPN. They released this from yesterday on the Stadium Series, the number of TV viewers. NHL Stadium Series delivers most viewers in the regular season game since ESPN reacquired NHL rights in 2021. Average viewership of 1.6 million. It peaked at 1.8, and it's up 16% versus last year's 2 Stadium Series games on ABC. I would say that considering they were prioritizing college basketball and they butchered the coverage of it, that's a pretty good number withstanding.
Yeah, I mean, everybody wanted to tune in. It was a great environment. I know a bunch of people who went to the game who weren't even hockey fans who said they would love to go back to a Blue Jackets game. I don't know if they're all going to feel that way, but it's a testament to what this city did, what the teams did, because it was, aside from just a great event, it was a great game.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm not surprised that the viewers were just, through the roof. But hopefully the Blue Jackets can keep that energy going forward. I know they dropped a game. It would be amazing if our hometown team never dropped a game, but if you're going to, the Lightning makes sense.
Yeah, they do. Tough one up tomorrow against the Panthers. Like I said, 7 o'clock start down in South Florida. Buckeye men's basketball last night, 116, Nebraska 114. Final double overtime. Buckeyes win. Now, they're not done with the season. That comes 3:45 on Saturday afternoon, where they will take on the Indiana Hoosiers in Assembly Hall. So 3 bubble teams, Buckeyes being one of them, Nebraska bubble team, Indiana bubble team. Let's get this win on Saturday, do something in the Big Ten tournament the following week. But yeah, it was a great night for the Buckeyes. Fun and drama was filled with that game. Missed free throws down the stretch, great plays, 3-pointers, all kinds of good stuff. Sharky mentioned what had him juiced. 4 Buckeyes scoring 20 points or more. All 5 of your starters actually scoring in double digits. So like I said, at Indiana on Saturday. And then if you were up really late last night to watch the Crew game, and hopefully that they could beat LAFC in the first leg of the round of 16 of the Champions Cup, that you ate a turd, because that was bad. 3-0 you lose. Next week you return to home at Lower.com Field. I believe it's an 8:30 start for next Tuesday. It's just, you watch soccer too, Mike. That's tough. 2-0 you feel okay about, like it's the cup tie isn't dusted. 3-0, that's a very different story.
Yeah, I mean, there's a path to get back and to make it to score your own 3 goals or 4 goals. But like you said, that's such an uphill climb. Like, they can do it. It's possible. I'm not going to rule them out. But they have to obviously play a completely different game. Like, it's got to be an entirely different Crew team that shows up.
Yeah, and it's also a team that we had worries about how they were going to go about scoring goals, and they didn't score any.
So everything's making sense.
And then on Saturday's game, you scored 1 against a pretty good defensive team in New England, but still, like, now you've gone 2 games, you've gone 180 minutes, you've scored 1 goal. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's definitely a long road ahead for them. They're back in MLS on Saturday against the Dynamo coming up here Saturday afternoon. Then the Cavs actually coming from behind. Last 7 minutes of the game just put a whooping on the Bulls. 139-117. They are now on an 11-game win streak. Sharky, how many win streaks have there been in double digits in the NBA this year?
There have been 4. The Cavs had a 15-gamer Oklahoma City had a 15-gamer. The Cavs had a 12 and now an 11.
It's pretty amazing, man. Get the tattoo, as Mike says. We head back out to the Buckeye Cruise. Last interview from that of the week. Here's Bob with Buckeye defensive lineman Kenyatta Jackson.
I'm here with Kenyatta Jackson, Ohio State senior defensive end. Kenyatta, you're a Florida guy coming on the cruise the first time. I know you've experienced Buckeye Nation, getting a chance to see this all the first night, everything. What's this been like so far?
Yeah, it's been amazing, man. It's truly an honor. I'm extremely blessed, to be in this situation right now. Just being around Buckeye Nation, like you said, there's people that that love you and support you all the way, and I just feel, it's blessed. What's it been like coming down here? I think there's 7 guys just getting a chance to spend some time a little bit away with some of the veteran group of your team. This is a part of team bonding. This is part of, I'll say, the leadership. A part of this team, man. If the leadership is strong, then the team will be strong. So either this team bonding, getting together, spending time with each other, having fun. Been here a couple of years, sitting there rotating with Jack and JT. Talk a little bit about what your relationship's been like with those two guys. Man, those are my brothers, man. I wish them well. Whatever they got going on, I wish them success. They taught me, a lot of things, man. Stay complacent, just stay focused, man, and stay determined. Everything will come your way. Full circle. So. Absolutely, really talented guy coming out. Larry Johnson, great coach. What's your relationship been like with Larry and just all the experience and how he's kind of worked with you over the last 2-3 years? Man, I get this question a lot, man, and I always give the same answer. Like Coach Jay, Coach Johnson, it's like I can literally call him another grandfather if I wanted to, man. That's how close we are. He always there. He's one phone call away, and this relationship is just getting stronger and stronger each and every day, and I love him. So you and Caden came in, really talented guys, and it can be tough sometimes. You're sitting behind 2 guys that are going to be highly drafted. What's this process been like over the last 2 years, growing and probably maybe not playing as much as you'd like, but getting a chance now that this will be your time to go? I'm not even going to lie. In the beginning, I'll say probably sophomore year, man, it was pretty rough. I was very frustrated, but, God has a plan for everybody. God has a path for everybody. He just paving my path. I'm letting him pave my path right now. And, God done blessed me with a situation where, I'm potentially the starting defensive end. I won't take that for granted, and I'm just truly blessed. Now losing 8 guys on defense, you got to step in that leadership role. How we kind of work through that here early in this offseason? Just set the standard, man. We call it redefining the standard. Setting by example. Leading my young guys, whatever the case may be, and just being a leader. A leader is just not a leader. That's by setting examples and stuff like that. You got to be vocal. You got to do a lot of things, man. I got a lot on my plate this year, but I'm built for it. So you've been through now a number of off season. Everyone talks about the season, how hard that is. The off season grind. You guys are in the middle of that. As a senior now, looking at that. How much easier is it, and how important is that to the growth of this team? Off-season workouts, it's never easy, man. Coach Mick and his strength staff always got something cooking up their sleeves or whatever. But like you said, looking back at it, man, I believe I took things, certain things for granted when I was younger. But now looking back at it, being more mature, just growing to the man I am today, I'm just thankful, man. I'm just thankful. Coach Mick and his strength staff, Coach Day, Coach Jay, they have built, a man now, man. I'm just, ready to take over. Talk about those last 4 games, the run. Obviously, tough loss to Michigan. You guys rebound in a big way. Yeah. Defense played great, especially up front. What was that 4-game run like? I just believe we had our back on the wall, man. We didn't have nothing to lose, really. Coach Day just preached, fight. That's our culture, man. And I believe that each of those 4 games after that Team Up North game, man, we fought and we fought and we fought, and y'all see the result of it. What's your relationship like with Coach Day? I mean, a lot was made of this, and he was getting a lot of flack after the Team Up North. And you've heard Jack and JT and a lot of these guys, Lathan, all of them talk about how much it means. What has it been like with your relationship with him, and what does he mean to you? Over the years, I really didn't have a close relationship with him over the years, but he's an offensive guy. You're on the defensive side. But this year coming, stepping into a leadership role and being the guy of the defensive line room, man. I told him the other day that this relationship had to be close, got to be real close, and each and every day after I told him that, man, it's been very close, man. And I love him dearly. KJ, we love it. We appreciate you being here. Thank you so much, and look forward to this season. Thank you.
Kenyatta, Jackson, and Bob on the Buckeye Cruise for cancer. Hey, it may soon, Shark, this is a story for you. It may soon be illegal to put the Buckeyes on a streaming service. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. We are tracking a disabled vehicle on 23 southbound just past London Groveport Road. A little bit slow moving over there. And then 33 eastbound out in Canal Winchester. We have a crash just past Gender Road that has the right lane blocked. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
This is a Craver service announcement. Stop what you're doing and get 10 cheese sliders for a new low price of just $7.99. Your choice of melty American, spicy jalapeno, or cheddar cheese. Only $7.99 for 10 cheese sliders. White Castle. Follow your crave.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, two-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right. Find an agent at shelterinsurance.com to get started. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. And listeners, they're always asking me about QC Kinetics treatments. They want to know if they should consider it for their joint pain. Well, if you're wondering if you could be a good candidate, let's say the answer is yes to any of these questions. First, is your quality of life impacted by chronic pain, knees, hips, back, shoulders, other joints, trouble sleeping, walking, day-to-day movement? Next, do you want to avoid surgery? Because I did. I didn't want to deal with it. And all of the pain, the long recovery, and the uncertain time that comes with it. Here's the best part. Most importantly, do you miss doing things you love because the joint pain is holding you back? Whether that's walking, jogging, hanging out with loved ones. If you answered yes to any of those, I bet you're a great candidate. So do not wait. Call QC Kinetics right now and ask for their free consultation. Learn how the latest advances in regenerative medicine can get you lasting pain relief with no drugs, no surgery, no downtime. They're located in Dublin, Gahanna, or you can go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
Next on Metro's Nada Yada Island podcast.
I almost fainted when the 4 new bombshells arrived. 4 free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G phones at Metro.
No way.
And finding out the 4th line is free. Oh, things got heated.
That's wild. Join Metro and get 4 free Samsung 5G phones. Only at Metro.
Plus tax. Bring 4 numbers and an ID and sign up for any Metro Flex plan. Not available currently at T-Mobile or been with Metro in the past 180 days.
Getting cold feet? Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your furnace fast. Call 1-800-COOLING.
No matter where you are, Coughlin is there, in store or online. CoughlinCars.com. 13 new car brands, over 1,000 pre-owned vehicles, 16 convenient locations for sales, service, and parts, plus 4 state-of-the-art collision centers. CoughlinCars.com. Shop locally owned, CoughlinCars.com.
Coughlin has the car for you. Much like a vampire, we need to be invited into your house. But once we're in, we never leave. Listen to The Fan on your Alexa or Google Home smart speaker. Just say play 97.1 The Fan and prepare to be amazed. Do it now.
Do you want a job that is flexible, secure, and fun? It also offers excellent pay and is ranked as one of the best jobs in America, too. I'm talking about being a dental hygienist. And all you have to do is complete a 2-year program after high school. Visit ODA.org to learn more and to start helping people love their smile. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
Springtime is here, and you know what that means. It's time for Mulch Madness. Did you know that too much mulch is bad for trees and shrubs? 2 inches of mulch is plenty. Any more and you risk causing roots to grow up and around trunks, which increases unhealthy stress, shortens tree life, and even keeps moisture from getting down to tree roots. To find out more about Mulch Madness or to find a certified arborist near you, visit treesforohio.org. That's trees, the number 4, ohio.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Right now, we're near 60 degrees. By this evening, we're dropping down to around 40 degrees. We are looking at on and off rain showers today, and then a transition to snow showers by sundown. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecasts on 97.1 The Fan.
Prime Sports is the official sports book of Morning Juice.
Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
The Fan. Counting down the days until Shark's retirement. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Coming up here, half hour away from right now, Columbus Blue Jacket James Van Riemsdyk. He's going to join the program. Excited to get to check in with him. Tough game last night. That's all right. It's an 82-game season. I mean, James has played in 8 Stadium Series outdoor games. I mean, he's played in a couple of Winter Classics as well. 8 of them. So where does Ohio Stadium rank for him? So it'll be cool to check in with him a little bit later on. I think we've had this conversation before. How many streaming services do you pay for? Or do you think you pay for?
It makes me sick. I think just off the top of my head, it has to be at least 6. Like, I can go through the list. You got Netflix, HBO, Hulu, Peacock, Fubo, Crunchyroll. That's
What's
6. Crunchyroll?
Yeah.
It's anime, baby.
We haven't even talked about any anime.
And we're not gonna. We're not gonna.
Why not?
Listen, man.
Are you embarrassed by anime? Why are you not going to talk about it?
It has a stigma where it's like, it has a stigma, and I understand the stigma. It's an earned stigma. But I like to think that the anime that I watch, I don't watch as much anime. I really am only into One Piece now. But the anime that I watch, I like to think is an exception. But I'll be honest with you, man.
Why does it have a stigma around it? What's so weird about it?
Because they put weird stuff in the animes. They put weird stuff. Weird people make weird animes. And then people are like, oh, you watch anime. It must be that, like, I'm not even going to give examples because it's weird stuff. But no, I'm not watching those weird animes.
Sure about that? You sound very defensive for a guy who doesn't watch that, for sure.
Go watch anime in Thailand. No, I watch your classic shonen anime, which is made for like 10-year-old boys who just like to see a whole bunch of yelling and fighting. That's all it is.
Like a Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah, but even Dragon Ball Z, I still remember a couple of our buddies when we were in college, we went into like some cabin and we're just watching Dragon Ball Z. Mm-hmm. Boring, dude. It was boring. I know you got to get into it. If you grew up on it as a kid, it's incredible. I'll get raked over the coals for saying Dragon Ball Z is boring. When it takes you 10 episodes to power up a spirit bomb and you miss, I turn it off. I'm not interested. You're taking my time. You're taking my life. But there are a couple.
What's the app called? Crunchyroll?
Crunchyroll. Yeah, you just get to see a whole bunch of anime. I like anime because above all else, I love originality. So if you show me, even if it's a weird show or not a good show, if you show me something that like I feel like was an original idea, I'm gonna be into it. And anime is such an easy, creative outlet for a lot of people that it's you can get more variation in shows. So like, and then you got shows like Naruto and One Piece that have hundreds or thousands of episodes.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong here, because I'm not a big anime guy. I mean, I'm aware of some of them. You've tried to talk at me about One Piece a million times.
Greatest story ever told.
And there's something for everyone. Like, if you could think of it, it's already an anime, correct?
That's what I'm saying is, like, I get some people just don't like animation. Some people have this weird stigma. They're like, oh, you're watching cartoon, whatever it is.
Oh, dude, you watch cartoons all you want. Who cares? Enjoy what you enjoy.
There's an anime for everybody. And then I'm telling you, some of the best stories are packaged as anime. And like, if you can't get over that.
Isn't there a new Lord of the Rings anime that just came out?
Yeah, they call it anime. It's animation. There's a difference between anime, which is like just comic panels animated, and just animation based on, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. People get confused with that, but there's so many different stories that are told through anime, through animation, that I feel like if you are like, no, I'm a hardliner, I will not watch animation, I will not watch anime, you're missing out on some incredible stories being told, some incredible just adventures you can go on. It's a good time, and it's a time killer.
Phil says if you can get into One Piece, you got to try Dragon Ball Z again.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. People complain about how long One Piece is. Dragon Ball Z is, if not, probably has more episodes.
The one season I watched of Dragon Ball Z, it was just trying to get to a planet.
And then Gohan crying. I can't do it. I can't do it. That's probably my biggest complaint with anime in general is the anime that I like, 60% of it is just scream crying. Like, it makes me sick, Brandon. It's just, I'll just do something else while they have their little meltdowns, and then I go, all right, fight scenes are good. I like the fight choreography. I'm telling you, every guy's got that 10-year-old boy in them who just wants to see some well choreographed fight scenes.
At what age do you think I could drop just Willie off with you and a couple of dudes just watching anime, hanging out?
I'm sure they're like little kid animes now. I don't watch those, but One Piece is probably a little too old for him. Maybe when he hits like middle school or something.
He was liking the Lord of the Rings the other day.
Animation?
No, just a straight the Lord of the Rings.
You got him looking at orcs and Uruk-hai?
Yeah.
He's going to grow up to be a beast. He said, did you hide his eyes when Bilbo trained?
No, we didn't. We haven't watched the whole movie, but it was. Why am I blanking on the big fight scene in the second movie? It was Helm's Deep.
Yeah.
It was Helm's Deep when they're like showing all the orcs marching in, because it just happened to be that time of the movie when he woke up from his nap.
And he was locked in?
So I'm like, I would like to watch the scene. So I'm going to keep watching this, and then they pan in on like the Uruk-hai.
Yeah.
And his defense mechanism, I've told you this.
Said, hi, Uruk-hai.
Yeah, hi. Hi, who's that? You're like, that's an Uruk-hai. Hi, Uruk-hai. Hi, Uruk-hai. And then they pan off of him, and they go to like Gimli or Legolas or someone. Where'd the guy go? Where'd the guy go? And I'm like, he'll be back.
He'll be back. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
And so he kind of steps away from the screen and gets a little angsty about that.
Oh, he'll be the biggest Lord of the Rings fan. You already have. That's a Halloween costume.
Night that he was born, I was listening to it on Book on Tape at like 3 a.m. the night he was born.
You got to dress him up as a hobbit.
Dude.
Dress him up as a hobbit.
It's a sore subject.
Did Mayor not let you?
Yeah, it didn't let me do it this year.
Wow.
I know.
I don't even know what to say. I thought better of her than that.
I told her after the first Halloween, I'm like, you want to put him in a pumpkin?
It's fine.
That's cool. First Halloween, baby's going to fit in a pumpkin. Probably the only time in his life he's going to be able to fit into a pumpkin.
I could probably fit into a pumpkin.
It's got to be a large pumpkin. One of those pumpkins at
one of those world record pumpkins.
Yeah, Circleville Pumpkin Show. And I told her, I'm like, next year we're doing Lord of the Rings. And I'm like, we're going to dress him up as a hobbit. You can be like Saruman if you want.
That's why she didn't let you. You gave her a Saruman?
I'll be Gimli. It'd be cool to have like a beard. And I don't even.
Could have given her like Eowyn or something.
Oh, well, then he got into his gnome phase, and then we just dressed him up as a gnome for Halloween. I'm like,
that's 2 degrees away from a hobbit. So maybe she just had to try it out, and then dress him up as a hobbit. Dude, he'd be a great hobbit at 2 years old.
I agree, but now he's not. Now he's gonna be 3 the next time. Well, 2.5 next time we get to Halloween. Anyways, back to the actual story. Enough of the anime talk. If you want any advice on anime, Mike's got you. And go to Crunchyroll, I guess. I just see this yesterday. This was from NBC4 right here in Columbus. Bill DeMora, Ohio State Senator, has made yet another attempt to ban Ohio State football games from airing on NBC's streaming platforms. DeMora's legislation, Senate Bill 94, would prevent state universities from signing media deals allowing for streaming exclusive games in the future. It would also seek to have universities grant students free access to games. I'm on board with that. You go to Ohio State, you shouldn't have to be able to pay extra to watch their games. I think that's actually a pretty good idea. Here's what it says. The extent permitted by federal law, no state university shall enter into or renew a contract under which the media rights to broadcast the university athletic event are granted exclusivity to a streaming service. The division applies only to contracts entered into or renewed on or after the effective date of this selection. So whenever that would be passed, not passed into law. That's my extent of the law. Each state university shall provide enrolled students at no cost to the students with access to observe any university athletic events that are broadcast in accordance with a contract entered into or renewed in accordance, division, yada, 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 a bunch of law jargon. Each state university shall determine the manner in which such access is provided to students. I can get behind that. For sure. I mean, I can also get behind not putting Buckeye football onto a streaming service, but here's the thing. That's what the money's for. That's what the $80 or $90 million a year that you're getting from this new Big Ten contract is for. While that sounds nice, that will never happen.
No, that's insane. You're going after Ohio State football? Like, no. I don't want to have to fight to figure out where I can watch Ohio State football. Like, don't make it harder for me. This is one of my few joys in life. I don't need you to think you know what's better than for us. Thanks,
I know what's best for me.
Thanks, Obama.
I know what's best for me.
Yeah,
it's just not gonna. It's not gonna happen. Though.
No,
I mean,
they put these bills forward all the time, and it just isn't gonna get through.
We've seen the diversifying so much of like cable aspects now. Like even last night's Buckeye basketball game, Shark couldn't watch it. I mean, it was on Peacock.
Yeah.
Stream only.
As soon as they started doing that.
Buckeye women's basketball game, was it last week, Shark? Was it Michigan State? Was it Michigan State? Who
one
was
of
it?
them.
Was on Big Ten Plus.
Yes.
And that's another $10 a month if you want to watch a one-off game. I know that the men's team and the women's team, they have a couple of games on there at the very beginning of the season, and then I drop it, and I didn't know that I'd have to then get it back like this late in the season. Yeah, it stinks, the amount of all the streaming stuff. So Sharky couldn't even watch, but Shark, the good news is that it may be illegal now to put them on the stream.
I'll just listen to Paul and Ronnie.
Oh, wait, I wasn't even listening. I'm reading this now. This is a noble idea, though.
That's a good idea.
They just have to figure out how to implement it. But yeah, as an Ohio State student, you should be able to watch your classmates play.
That I feel like is more that is more attainable than just saying that they won't ever be on a stream.
Yeah, that doesn't. You got to have something for us to turn to. I don't know. Maybe like I haven't even read this article, so I might be just coming up with what they've already come up with. But just have like a Ohio State streaming service.
Just put them on local TV. Whenever Ohio State's on, just put them on TV.
Yeah.
Now, a few
and
stations
you can be on the streaming services.
You can be on the streaming service, too, if you're out of market, whatever.
If you're in Columbus, Ohio, it should be on the local channels.
If you're in, the local market, you should be able to watch them. Yeah, 1,000%. Agree with that.
Easy enough. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I hope everybody appreciates how quickly I can turn on a dime and change my opinion.
That's the lore in you. Way to stay strong, Mike. It's unfortunately, Shark, time to say goodbye to a legend for Browns fans. That's next. Actually, that's in 2 minutes. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and happy Wednesday. Still watching a crash on 33 eastbound just past Gender Road. This is on the southeast side as you're heading out to the Canal-Winchester area. Watch for the right lane blocked off over there. And slow-moving traffic on 23 southbound. The left lane blocked off just past London Groveport Road. Make it a great day. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think you could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text GRIT to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text GRIT to 42424. That's GRIT to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
When you're ready to sell your car, another reason to choose Hinderer Motor Company is the easy, fast, fair, and hassle-free way to sell. This is Justin Hinderer. We pay top dollar for your vehicle, whatever the make or model, and no purchase is necessary. Consider trading and get even more toward your next vehicle. Drive in today and leave with cash or get a great deal. See why it's a pleasure doing business. Just visit HindererMotorCompany.com.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Fast, sustainable weight loss without medication. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
You're listening to Rob Manfred's least favorite radio show. This is Morning Juice.
All right, before Beamer tells me in his next story something that's going to put me in a bad mood, let me put you in a good mood. Ohio sports fans, I'm talking to you. Are you ready to turn your passion into serious action? Prime Sportsbook Ohio is bringing you a massive welcome deposit match offer. Here's the deal. Deposit up to $400. That's right, $400. And Prime Sportsbook will match your deposit 100%. Put $300 in, you'll get $300. Put $400 in, you'll get $400. And the best part is, this is the best part. You can use your bonus bets anytime. They're valid for a whole year. 1 whole year, Beamsy. Your bonus bets are valid.
Yeah, Sharky, that is the best. Just place wagers equal to your deposit and bonus amounts before withdrawing. Don't miss out. This offer is for first-time deposits only and can expire at any time. So hurry up, download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit primesportsbook.com to get started. Betting reduced juice, just a couple of average Joes like us. It literally costs less to bet with Prime Sports Ohio. You want to bet? Download Prime Sports app Ohio today. And additional terms and conditions apply. Must be 21 and older. Present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Please play responsibly. I don't know if this is a big surprise to anybody, but it does stink for sure. And Shark is the resident Browns fan. You can obviously chime in with how you feel about this young guy. Mike, you've been watching the NFL for a long time, played in the league for 5 years. When I say Nick Chubb, what's the first thing that pops into your mind?
An elite running back. He really established himself with his time at the Browns as an elite running back, as somebody who we thought was going to be a mainstay in the NFL until he got that horrible injury.
Yeah, that was a couple of years ago. Was it second game of the year? It was in Pittsburgh.
Yes, Minka Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, the low hit for sure. So since Chubb suffered the knee injury back in 2023, his prospects of spending his entire career as a Brown have diminished. Cleveland.com's Mary Kay Cabot reported yesterday that the Browns would likely be moving on from Nick Chubb this offseason. He is an unrestricted free agent. Mary Kay Cabot wrote this. Chubb has stated unequivocally since late in the season that he wanted to come back, but that it's probably not going to happen. The Browns gave him last season a return from the injury, make more than $2 million, and to walk away with some grace and dignity, despite being a shadow of his former bruising self. But Chubb, a freak of nature with superhuman traits, vowed that he'll be better in his second season out from his 2 surgeries, and some teams are likely willing to give him a chance. That stinks.
That's
tough. That stinks. And Nick Chubb is a no-nonsense guy, right? Doesn't say a whole lot, comes in, works his face off, gives everything to the franchise, gives everything to his teammates, and now it looks like he's going to be walking out that door. It's a sad part of the business in the NFL. It's just
injuries really lower your stock. It's not that you can't come back from them. It's just that they always say that injuries beget more injuries. Like one of the greatest precursors or indicators of whether someone's going to get injured is if they've been injured before. And I've been through that battle, and it's true. You get a big injury, it throws your body out of whack. So then you're recovering, you're trying to rehab that injury. Another part of your body maybe don't have time to spend as much attention on, and then that starts getting weaker. It's hard to get your body back in equilibrium. Nick Chubb seems like he is a consummate professional, and he didn't necessarily have like a bad season, but he wasn't what he was before the injury. And so I'm hoping that he can actually achieve what he's hoping to achieve and get back to his former self. It's been done before. There have been guys who have come back from injury and have had great careers, but I'm not surprised that the Browns are moving on.
Here's my question, though, for Andrew Berry and the staff up there in Cleveland. You are very, very low right now on fan appreciation of what you've done. On the totem pole of everything going on.
Yeah, it's a PR nightmare like the Mavericks.
Okay,
right? Yeah.
like it's bad.
They don't care.
We could spend an hour and a half on the Deshaun situation and how you got yourself into this mess. And while I think that's a huge reason that Myles Garrett is out, because honestly, you don't have a quarterback. Okay,
Yeah.
like you've got Dorian Thompson-Robinson on the roster, and that's it. Like you are going to draft a quarterback number 2. It takes a while, unless this person is Jaden Daniels, and quite frankly, the Browns roster I don't think is as good as what the Commanders did this offseason, and I'm not sure if Kevin Stefanski is as good a coach as Dan Quinn is.
Yeah.
Dan Quinn went to an NFC Championship game last season, had Atlanta in the Super Bowl, has done a bunch of different things. It's just a different situation. So, like, you're already low on the totem pole right now of fans respecting you and the job that you're doing. What would a Nick Chubb contract cost? Like, you're cutting bait with him. You end up trading Myles away. You're going to draft a quarterback. You got the entire Deshaun situation that has gone on. You've seemed to fire coordinators left and right over the last couple of years. You're as about low as you could possibly get.
That's kind of
a
an
belly
argument.
full of white dog crap, and now you want to release Nick Chubb. And I know that he's not the same running back before the injury. I know it. But you need a little bit to keep your fans engaged the offseason before they go full on, like, I'm going to throw a fit mode and revolt.
Maybe that's the argument, though, is they're already in the gutter. Like you said, the fans don't respect the team. The ownership is in just the GM. Everybody's frustrated with them. May as well just get this out of the way while everybody's already mad at you.
I guess.
And then start building the team back
Just
up.
clean house and
Yeah.
start from scratch, which is basically what they're doing. But, the two most popular players on that team are Myles Garrett and Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
If you go to a Browns home game, I don't know which jersey is represented more, Myles or Nick. And so, like Beamer said, it's not going to take $15 million to sign him. It might take $4 million.
You don't have to give him the Saquon contract. Nobody's
Right.
expecting you to give him a $41 million deal with 36 guaranteed. No one's asking for
Keep
that.
him around, see what he can do for a second season. And I think if he had a bad second season, I think the fans would understand. They'd appreciate what he had done for him, but they'd understand that you have to move past him. But having a guy who was such a contributor on your team,
him and Myles are the face of the franchise for the last 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, and like Beamer said, the man has no ego. Well, he's got an ego. He just doesn't reveal it. He's the worst interview on the team because he doesn't like to talk about himself. He talks in 7-second sound bites. He's not interested in publicity. He just works hard.
Wants to do his job.
Every carry, he runs hard. He never takes a play off. Just like you said, Mike, the consummate professional. And they're going to lose, and we're going to let him walk over a couple $1 million.
I think about how Myles Garrett, what was it, like 3 years ago, was like, I'm here for life. I love Cleveland. I love the city of Cleveland. I want to keep being a Cleveland Brown. And then they've just managed to – how do you take one of the greatest players you've ever had in your franchise and isolate them and just make them not want to be on your team anymore? That's as great of a loss as possible. And then you take the other fan favorite – and say, you got injured. We don't need you anymore. All right. I think the only reason they can do it is because Browns fans are so stinking loyal. They're still going to go to the games. They're still going to watch the games. They're still going to find somebody's jersey to buy. Or they'll just wear a Myles Garrett or a Nick Chubb jersey when they're not on the team.
Yeah.
But I've had beef with Cleveland sports owners for a long time because I don't feel like they ever appreciate the fans enough and what the fans want. Just give them, like it was with this. Here we go. It's the same thing with LeBron. It's the same thing with LeBron. Back when he first got to Cleveland, this man was taking you to the finals year in and year out, and you wouldn't put a team
39
around.
straight points against the Pistons or whatever in that Eastern Conference Finals game.
It's a conspiracy, man.
25 in a row.
25
in
a
the
row.
fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Just Cleveland ownership, they just don't want to see their fans happy. So hopefully the Cleveland Browns can get it together because the fans deserve better.
Hope is not a strategy, Michael.
Sometimes it has to be. Sometimes it's the only strategy. It has to be better. It has to be better. I hope, here we go. I'm just gonna say hope 30 more times. But they need to figure out this Deshaun thing. They need to weather that storm. And then maybe they can rebuild. But it is a shame to see that.
It blows my mind how no one lost their job over the Deshaun situation.
Just
because it's costing you Myles Garrett.
$240 million a year.
Not a year, but all guaranteed.
$240 million over what, 4 years?
It's got you into salary cap hell too.
5.
Yeah. 5 years?
230 over 5.
Biggest deal ever signed to.
Biggest guaranteed.
Yeah. To somebody who was facing all those allegations.
And was bad.
At football.
And you couldn't bring back Joe Flacco because you were scared of what that would do to Deshaun's ego? That's crazy to me.
Yeah. You got to
say it all the time with Bob that you can't fool the locker room.
No. And then you lose the locker room when you make moves like that.
And guess what? They've lost the locker room.
They've lost the locker room. Guys get selfish. Guys don't. I saw it in my time at Jacksonville sometimes is, if you don't have a real plan to win, if the guys don't believe they can win, they're playing for a check each week. They're trying to protect themselves. They're just trying to go out there, make sure they don't get fired. But they're not giving everything for the game. And I'm not going to put that on the Browns because I'm not in that locker room. I can't speak to them. I don't want to question their heart. But we're all people. We're all people. And if you feel like you're not being appreciated, if you feel like from the top down that nobody in that building really cares about winning, is really putting you in the best position to succeed, I'm going to get mine, and I'm going to go home.
Worst case scenario, Nick Chubb leaves the Browns, signs with the Steelers, goes for 1,000 yards.
Against Cleveland.
In a game. Yeah. Shatters every record imaginable. Right? Isn't that worst case scenario, though? I don't think Nick Chubb would do that, just knowing the kind of person that Nick Chubb is. If that was me, though, I'm signing for the Steelers. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't know what they're doing. I have no clue. Guess we'll find out in the draft what quarterback they're going to take at number 2, or even if they possibly move up to number 1. But yeah, it's a sad day for Browns fans if they don't get that extension done. Columbus Blue Jacket, James Van Riemsdyk, he's going to join us next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Wednesday. No crashes on the map that are impacting traffic too bad right now. 71 near downtown getting busy, along with I-70 as you make your way in from the east side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Military veterans and active duty service members, you could become a certified cyber warrior with just 12 weeks of training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. GI Bill, SkillBridge, and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
If you're like most Americans, you've racked up tens of thousands in credit card debt. You're stuck with 20% interest fees, and even the monthly payments, well, they're hard to make. It's insane. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. The good news is that there is a way out. AFLcash.com. That's AFLcash.com. Advantage First Lending. They specialize in fast, easy access to the equity in your home. Most homeowners have hundreds of thousands of dollars in their home equity. That's your money. AFLcash.com can get it out for you with zero junk fees and zero hassle. You can pay off all those credit cards in just a matter of days. Pay off your car loans too. Cut your monthly expenses by $800 or even $900. I'm telling you, the relief you need, well, it's right there at your fingertips. AFLcash.com or call 844-394-CASH. That's 844-394-CASH. Break out of the credit card debt prison with AFLcash.com.
Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1209177. Subject to lender approval. NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Guys, let's talk about something real. Ever had a bad experience in the bedroom that totally threw you off? It messes with your head, your confidence, and suddenly it's all you can think about. Next thing you know, you're avoiding trying altogether because the fear of failure is just too much. That's where Columbus Men's Clinic comes in. For over a decade, their medical providers have been helping men overcome ED and providing hope even when the pills and other treatments have failed. Their proven personalized treatments have some of the highest success rates out there, with results that bring back your confidence and connection. It's important to get your ED treated now so that it doesn't get harder to treat down the road. Columbus Men's Clinic has treatments that online pharmacies only dream about. Tonight is your night for intimacy and connection. Call Columbus Men's Clinic today at 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. Your consultation is discreet and could be the start of something incredible. 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. And let's make tonight unforgettable. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
They're trained. They're fired up.
Let's do it.
When you need heat, they can't be beat. They're Ohio State's undefeated heating and cooling team. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Guess what? Our ugly faces are on YouTube. Search 971 The Fan and watch all your favorite shows. Laptop, phone, tablet, smart TV, we're everywhere. Bring us in the bedroom with you. Yes, The Fan.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. It's no wonder that ZipRecruiter is the place for skilled skydiving instructors, accomplished airbrush artists, and proficient pediatricians. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter to hire, you're missing out. ZipRecruiter is the place that's so confident it can make your hiring easier that it lets you try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. So if you want the right candidates for all your roles, ZipRecruiter is the place to go. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Airflow Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
If this show made a scented candle, it would smell like bad coffee, unwashed jockstrap, and grass clippings.
I wasn't sure how you take your coffee.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
So, mouth or enema?
Each and every Wednesday at this time, we get to check in with a different member of your Columbus Blue Jackets.
Morning Juice presents Talking Jackets.
Now it's Boone Jenner along the end boards, and he stuffs it behind Peter Mrazek for the score.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
This week's Jacket of Choice, we head out to the hotline, check with our guy. He is Columbus Blue Jacket, James Van Riemsdyk. JVR, thanks for the time. Always appreciate it. How we feeling? It was a tough one last night in Tampa. Thanks for the time as always.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so it was a tough game last night, but let's not focus on that. How's the body feeling? We doing all right? We know we got another big one tomorrow coming up in South Florida, where you guys are currently at right now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always, again, this time of year is always about the next game. Obviously, I think we've responded well the whole year when we haven't had our best games, and obviously last night would fall into that category. So obviously we'll take from that what we can, but make sure we put our best foot forward tomorrow night.
James, since you guys have had the restart, I mean, it's a 4-1 record. It's pretty awesome to watch here. Before we get to Saturday's game and kind of what transpired at the Stadium Series, it being your 8th outdoor game, which is the most by an NHL player, take us through the game in Detroit, because there was like a 5-minute stretch of game time where you guys were just humming along. You got a couple of goals in there. I think it was it Corrali who played a nice like spike ball championship move onto the goal. What did you guys feel in that game in Detroit? Because there was, like I said, a few minute stretch there where it was just like back and forth, goals galore for you guys.
Yeah, for sure. I think, again, just going into those games, knowing where we were at in the standings, where they were at in the standings, I think we really wanted to make sure that we were ready to go for those, and knowing how big of a swing that could potentially have. So obviously we took care of business, and I think, again, we were really dialed into how we needed to play. And, just the execution I thought was really good. So yeah, it was again for me. Obviously, getting a chance to play with Boone for the first time too was awesome, and just such a big part of our team, such a great player. So yeah, it was fun to get to be out there with him, and now obviously again you get to spend more time with a guy when they're back on the regular schedule of playing and things like that. So it's been great to get to know him even better than I had previously.
I mean, it's interesting too, because you guys had the couple of week layoff for the Four Nations tournament that was going on. How was your body feeling like last weekend when you guys got back to it compared to now where you've played 5 and seemingly 9 or 10 days?
Yeah, you know what? Again, that break I think comes at a good time where you get a chance to kind of refresh, refocus a little bit, get a chance to maybe work on a couple things over the course of the break that you think are going to be important down the stretch to help you again hit the ground running and play a little better. So yeah, I think as you get a little bit older, you learn how to manage the season and what it takes to be prepared to play every night. But yeah, like you said, this is the part of the season where you have to really concentrate on those details of the game and concentrate on the recovery and things like that, because, again, every little bit makes a difference as we go forward here.
He is Columbus Blue Jacket James Van Riemsdyk with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. All right, we'll take you to Saturday. It was a very emotional day. You guys honored Johnny. The Detroit Red Wings did a great job honoring Johnny. His wife, Meredith Gaudreau, led you guys out of the tunnel. Now, James, I mean, you're fascinating to get to talk to here this week because you played by far the most outdoor games of anybody in the NHL. This was your 8th experience. Just kind of take us through that whole day, what that was like for you. And a lot of the guys on the team had never played in one before. Did you feel like they were asking you questions and trying to gain some experience before playing and walking out of the tunnel Saturday at the Horseshoe?
Yeah, for sure. I think, again, we talked a little bit about stuff before practice, the day before the game at the outdoor, or when we practiced at the shoe. So just a little bit of stuff about, again, I think in those sorts of games, just about really keeping it simple. Definitely enjoying the moment of being out there, sharing that with kind of your friends and family that have supported you over the years, that are going to make an effort to come there. And ultimately, again, those games are way more memorable if you get a chance to win them. So yeah, I think, again, obviously we were able to handle our business and win the game, but certainly, again, a very special event, and just in lots of different ways. I think great atmosphere at the game. The stuff you mentioned with the Gaudreau family, and I think both teams honoring Johnny, I thought that was really cool of them to do as well, the Red Wings. So yeah, lots of memorable moments over the course of the day.
Was that the loudest one you've ever played in, James? I mean, 95,000 people over there. There's not a whole lot of buildings in the world that are constructed like that.
Yeah, you said it. I think, again, just how steep it can be there, how it felt like everyone was kind of right on top of you. It was pretty special, and just for us to get a taste of that, obviously OSU football's again kind of a national sort of treasure, and just for us to get a chance to kind of go through the kind of with the pep rally with OAR and the walk over to the shoe and just the overall atmosphere of the game. I mean, it was pretty special in a lot of ways.
Do we need to get our guy Schlegels down to South Florida ASAP for some recovery time before we get ready for the Panthers tomorrow?
Yeah, he always brings the juice and gets you feeling ready to roll. So yeah, that's never a bad thing to see him. So yeah, that'd be great.
James, always appreciate the time. Thanks for waking up with us here this morning. Enjoy the semi-day off today. Go get him tomorrow against the Panthers. We'll check in again soon, all right?
All righty, sounds good. Appreciate it.
There he goes, James Van Riemsdyk, Columbus Blue Jacket, with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. I'm going to talk about the difference in toughness and hockey tough. I think it was the game in Detroit, maybe, or one of those I was watching earlier on in the week. He took a stick to the face. I'm like, can we not hit James in the face anymore this season? Can we just not do that? I mean, got his teeth knocked out, came back into the game, all kinds of different stuff. Always love getting a chance to talk to him. Bob and the boys, Bob will be back tomorrow from the Buckeye Cruise. I'm going to be out. Got a little golf, Sharky. I'm excited about that, firing up the golf game.
What are we going to shoot this week, Beam? First time out. Haven't even been to the driving range.
No.
I mean, are we going to be in the 80s?
I'd like to think a mid to high 80s tomorrow afternoon.
Wow.
Somewhere in there.
That's good.
I did go to a golf simulator back in like January. I did that. So that was like 6 weeks ago. And notoriously, I'm an awful simulator player just because I think I'm going to hit the projector overhead with my glove. So I don't usually like to do that, but I figured I'm like, I should probably at least get a few swings in. But the last round of golf I played was in October.
You know, I'm really good at Top Golf.
Yeah.
I always think, man, if I could just take this out to the golf course, it's a different ball game. The simulator. Did you watch Tiger last night?
I watched it. It was a busy TV night. It was. So it was on for maybe 45 seconds.
His what do they call them? Jupiter All-Star or whatever.
Jupiter Links.
They didn't do well this year. I think they won one match.
Kevin Kisner Hazel-rocketed like won every match that they played.
Yeah, and Charlie was in attendance last night, Tiger's boy, and he was talking some crap to his dad from the gallery.
Isn't that great? It's father-son, man. That never quits. Before we get out of here today, our fan poll sponsored by Caster Connect. How far will the Ohio State women go in the Big Ten tournament? Reminder, that starts today. They will not play until Friday evening. So they get the late game on Friday over in Indy. Lose in the quarterfinals, reach the semis, reach the finals, win it all. I think you can win your first two games. I don't know if anybody's beating USC right now. Yeah. UCLA is a tough task. You took them down to the wire in Pauley Pavilion without a really good shooting night. I think that's attainable. USC is a whole different beast.
I think as the third seed, they would have to play the 2 seed. If everything goes according to Hoyle, they'd have to play the 2 seed in the semifinals and then the 1 seed, obviously, in the finals, which is the 2 LA teams. So, yeah, I'm not optimistic that they're going to make the finals, but they should be able to win their first game.
Sharky, I had so much fun with you this week. What do you say you and Tito and Bob resume tomorrow if they allow you?
When are you back?
I'll be back
Tuesday?
on Tuesday.
All right, buddy. Yeah. Have fun.
Tuesday. Everybody have an
Happy birthday, Will.
Happy birthday, William. Big number 2 today. We got a great fun day lined up for him. Everybody have an awesome day. Uncle Bo and the boys, they're next. We're back live tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. to break everything down. Have a good one. Talk to you then. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, no crashes to tell you about, but busy traffic on 33 on the southeast side and 71 near downtown. Make it a great day. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Men, this is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And you've heard me talk a lot about how treating low testosterone can improve your sleep, your workouts, your energy levels, and more. But today I want to talk to you about your sex drive, because low testosterone can have a significant impact on your desire for intimacy. It can even be a factor in erectile dysfunction. And if you're in a relationship or wanting to be in a relationship, a low sex drive could really be a problem. The good news is that if you're like most guys, treating your low testosterone could really change the way you feel about sex, giving you back the flame and desire that is so important when you love someone. So if you're feeling sluggish and tired, if you're not sleeping well, if your workouts aren't that great, and most of all, if your sex drive is more like a putt, make an appointment at Tri-State Men's Health and have your testosterone levels checked. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the tri-state area to serve you.
Getting great deals at Meijer on the items your family loves makes shopping a good deal better. This week, plump and juicy red seedless grapes are $1.29 a pound. Certified Angus beef ground beef from Chuck is just $4.99 a pound. Purple Cow 48-ounce ice cream and frozen yogurt and select varieties of frozen novelties are just $2.99. And 12 packs of Coca-Cola or Pepsi products are buy 2, get 1 free. Plus deposit where applicable. Get more and save more at Meijer. That's the good life. Exclusions apply. See all deals in store or in the Meijer app.
Hey friends, Beamer here, and all right, somebody cue up the wedding bells because I just hit my wedding weight. Down 56 pounds with the Waken 180, and I officially weigh the same as the day I said I do. What's even crazier was how fast I took off what probably took me 6-7 years to put on. Only 3 months in, and I've made a complete 180. We cracked open the wedding album to compare, and yes, I'm looking the same that I did 7 years ago. Although be it a few more gray hairs with a 2-year-old running around, that tends to happen. I'm not done, though. Once you learn how easy losing weight can actually be with Awaken 180, your goals, they start to get bigger. Wedding weight, yeah, I hit that, but why not see what it feels like, what it looks like to be at my ideal weight? All goals start shifting. Who knows? Maybe I'll start hitting some 5Ks, playing tennis, being more active. Probably not going to hit 5Ks, but hey, you never know what's going to happen. What does your life look like down 30 pounds, 50 pounds, or even more? To find out, do what we did and make your own 180 at awaken180weightloss.com.
Uline is expanding in Ohio with a 1.4 million square foot building, and they're looking for exceptional people to get this location up and running. The company has seen decades of growth, creating a stable work environment employees can count on. Warehouse workers earn pay starting from $25 an hour, plus substantial bonus programs and great benefits. They also offer multiple shifts and schedules to fit your life. Check out current Aetna job opportunities at uline.jobs/Ohio.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. And listeners, they're always asking me about QC Kinetics treatments. They want to know if they should consider it for their joint pain. Well, if you're wondering if you could be a good candidate, let's say the answer is yes to any of these questions. First, is your quality of life impacted by chronic pain, knees, hips, back, shoulders, other joints, trouble sleeping, walking, day-to-day movement? Next, do you want to avoid surgery? Because I did. I didn't want to deal with it. And all of the pain, the long recovery, and the uncertain time that comes with it. Here's the best part. Most importantly, do you miss doing things you love because the joint pain is holding you back? Whether that's walking, jogging, hanging out with loved ones. If you answered yes to any of those, I bet you're a great candidate. So do not wait. Call QC Kinetics right now and ask for their free consultation. Learn how the latest advances in regenerative medicine can get you lasting pain relief with no drugs, no surgery, no downtime. They're located in Dublin, Gahanna, or you can go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit